I have to go to church.
What for?
Confess my sins. I'm a sinner.
Jesus. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. This is the Neon Swamp, and tonight, once again, on our normal Friday shindig, we are playing Deadlands Blood Drive. This is episode 18. Where's my Twitch? Episode 18. The Iron Dragon steps in. I am Scar, the Marshal. I'm gonna. Oh, fuck it. I won't mess with that. Hey, thank you, Ryan, for the sub, man. Okay. I am going to be running the game tonight. Deadlands is brought to us by the folks over at Pinnacle Entertainment Group. It is using the Savage Worlds Adventure. Suede. It's using Suede as its system. And without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our players. Go ahead and introduce who you are, who you're playing, and what you got going on. We'll start going counterclockwise with Warren.
Well, howdy, partners. It's me, Warren Salt. My name's Ryan. I go by BRINEY online. I play the mad scientist, Warren Salt. He's a flame-throwing son of a bitch, just in it for a good time. Hanging out with these wild motherfuckers hunting werewolves currently. You can find some of my projects online. I just put out 200 tokens you can pick up at rpsigler, sigler.itch.io. And I'll pass it off to our fearless leader, Mr. Buckskin.
Oh. I wasn't elected to lead. It just happened that way, I guess.
Woo, fearless.
Anyways, hello, everybody. I'm Govan/John. I'm playing the territorial ranger for the group, William Buckskin Madsen. Nickname is Buckskin. It's pretty much what I go by in every game so far. And I am playing the basically gunslinging law dog, to put it simply. And I'm here to do a job and take out the bad guys and the monsters too. Seems to be more prevalent. All right, passing it off to, you said counterclockwise. Go to Bill.
Buckskin's law dog.
That's clockwise.
We never go counterclockwise.
Wow. I'm Ryan.
That's new.
Sam Ryan. I'm playing Bill. Bill is a badass Japanese style paladin. We all know about Bill. And of course, gotta do a shout out to doortothenorth.com. New podcast episodes come out every Friday. And passing it on over to Joey.
Hey, motherfuckers. I'm Joey, or Pillow Farts, but I play Gail Constance Calloway, the shaman, gunslinging, bad bitch, new boo goofing woman. I said that all backwards, but I feel like she's getting a second chance lately, and like her demeanor has definitely changed somewhat, and you know what? It's refreshing in a way for me mostly. But we got some shit we got to take care of, and I think it's time to girl boss. It's time to get this shit done. I'm looking forward to tonight. I think it's gonna do some good for us. With that, passing it over to Nico.
I do love how Sean always says counterclockwise, and then we always
go clockwise. Tis tradition.
But yeah, I'm Nico, aka Newmain. I'm playing Caesar Miyamoto, the Japanese Brazilian wannabe samurai who came here to learn chi from Bill, so he can avenge his father. Turns out his father is not so dead, maybe, perhaps. He met his uncle here recently, and now just wants to keep his word to Mr. Sutter and Abby and secure the ranch.
Beautiful. So, previously on Deadlands, a record was shattered with the Newt. Thank you, Newmain.
What a way to start the night.
So, essentially, Bill Sutter succumbed to the illness. You guys came back from dealing with some cattle rustlers. You confronted, caught them in the act, and tied up the ones that survived the fight. Brought them back to the ranch and were met by a teary-eyed Abby. Abby, in her distraughtness, opened fire on one of the captive cattle rustlers, seemingly with the intent to kill all of them, before our posse stopped her from doing something she may potentially regret later. At that very moment, just the things keep mounting up more and more. It's as if the posse isn't really getting any chance to get a breather with all the events going on. You guys hear a loud howl in the distance. Abby and her fury rides ahead of you all to confront with the mess. Convinced that it could be no other than that scoundrel Tosare, who's been plaguing the ranch and probably, in her mind, caused the death of her father. She went in, immediately pretty much got brought down by, I don't know how many was, 8 werewolves, who all made the roll very well on attacking her, and consequently all the posse made their rolls very well on them and put them all down. She did not survive the encounter, however, and you brought her back and laid her down with your father. We ended the scene with you convincing the remaining able-bodied ranch hands to stay. Many of the, probably at this point, 2/3 of the ranch hands are ill. Maybe half of that is bedridden from said illness. Bill Sutter passing away. Now his daughter. You got the Northern Star Ranch breathing down your neck. All sorts of crazy things are happening. Wild animals are just attacking the ranch hands, seemingly in troves. They've had enough. They began packing up, figuring the ranch was done for. But the posse managed to convince them otherwise, that they were going to take over. It's late in the evening. The conversation has finally ended. You again halted them from packing their items, and people went down to sleep. We'll begin tonight with the following morning. Slight chill in the air as you wake up. Fall's still on its way. There's even at this point frost forming around on the ice. On the grass, the blades of grass in the early morning. As you wake up with a clear sky, and you're the first to be up right now. What do you all do?
Have we already buried their bodies?
So a lot has been going on, so maybe it didn't occur to do that last night with all the commotion. Maybe it felt too sudden, but you guys were trying to figure out maybe what to do with the bodies. I think there was discussion of fire, of burning them, but you haven't made a decision yet, so they're still resting on the bed together.
There's also the question, do we want to burn Abby's body? Because werewolves come back after they die.
Mr. Sutter did not look like he succumbed to any kind of lycanthrope, but Abby could very well come back as such. Well, wait a minute. Can somebody come back from being a werewolf if they're already dead?
Yes.
Yes, you guys. I forget who made the roll, but one of your characters knew this to be fact.
Well, I think probably congregating in the house away from the other ranch hands would be a good idea, so we can have a private conversation and decide what to do.
Well, I think addressing the group, I think first and foremost, maybe we should light a pyre or something for Miss Abby. And, I guess bury Mr. Sutter.
Are you sure you want to burn Abby? We know that she can come back after all. I mean, sure, living as a lycanthrope might not be great, but surely it's better than being dead.
Maybe it's not the best thing.
Buckskin, ask your brother, how's being dead?
Yeah, Buckskin, ask your ghostly spectral brother how that goes. Is being dead fun?
Gonna glance at them and look around. Are they around? James?
Not presently.
They ain't here right now. You getting that weird dial tone noise, it's
What's the dial tone?
Yeah, what's that mean?
Your brother seemed happy enough in the bar when you kind of introduced us.
Well,
his death is a little bit different. I mean, he's not physical. Yeah, he can't really interact with. Can't enjoy stuff, like a good beer. Can't have that no more.
that is.
I mean,
quite
that
fucking
goes into column and let her come back, in my opinion. Beer's kind of good.
I'll tell you
All those
what,
werewolves seemed savage. Look at Warren.
I wouldn't want to come back as one of them. I'll tell you that much, Bill.
Well, didn't one of you say that they can learn to control it after a while, or something like that?
Yes, it takes years though.
We've got enough on our plates. We don't need to housebreak a werewolf.
And I do also think if it's not melancholy, I mean, she does at least get to be with her father.
Dark.
All right, it's decided. We burn the bodies.
We burn it.
Burn the werewolf corpse.
That as well, yes.
Yeah. Now we do have other pressing matters, like the matter of making sure the ranch hands stay and paying them and all that.
How the fuck are we going to do that? That's something I also think we need to talk about. How are we going to pay them?
Literally, seemingly on cue, you guys hear like the water running and splashing on the wet ground. You look behind you and see one of the ranch hands in his pajama onesie, cowboy boots on, cowboy hat on, but pretty much in his underwear than that, taking a piss.
Well, I mean, what their contracts? How much are they paid per month? Do we know? Do we have the contract somewhere in the house? Perhaps we can find them.
We review those and just keep the. Yeah, maybe.
If it's not too much, I'm sure we can pile enough money for at least a month to keep them on while we deal with Northern Star.
Bill turns away from the group and says to that guy, how are you doing? How's it going?
Good, sir. Am I on the cattle again today?
Are you up for it?
You tell me I am. Run the fence, I suppose, or keep working on the ranch as well.
All right, we'll let you know. Looking good.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
That's looking good is not the word you want to use when someone has their dick out in front of you.
Hey, nice dick.
I mean, you can hear worse.
I like your ass flap. It looks well secured.
Oh,
right,
damn, did the
that's
button
worse.
fall out again?
Surprisingly clean.
Is Javier cooking breakfast? Should I go wake him up?
Yes, I think you should definitely go get him up and started. We get started on breakfast, and then maybe we could have some kind of conversation about this later on.
All right.
Yeah. Leave you to it. We have a little bit of a discussion we need to resolve here in a moment.
He walks away, scratching his open ass with one button hanging off. You can see his butt crack a little bit. He spits on the ground to get the spitting started.
Does that guy always just like piss all over the place? What the hell is he doing?
He had to really go. You ever camp?
talking,
You ever
right?
camp and you like wake up and you just really gotta piss? You just go right by your tent, man.
Which one was it, Sean? Which one of the red chants was it?
People will roll over in their freaking bedroll and just piss onto the side, and then roll back onto their side and go back to bed. They don't even stand up sometimes.
It was Stumpy.
Does it make sense?
Well,
Stumpy's the best.
yeah.
Is Luke still around? Is he still here or did he leave? I forget. Or is he dead?
No, Luke's alive. That's a good point. I believe he actually left the drive when they got here.
Okay. I couldn't remember if he did or not. Sorry, Caesar. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't recall. I believe he said goodbyes, but we may have glossed over it.
Well, I say we go into the house and look for paperwork. Figure out how much payment is going to be owed to the fellas.
Did Sutter, did he mention anything about any funds left over? Or anything, were they completely broke?
No, you're not sure. No mention of it.
I mean,
we
if
should
he,
also
We should
check.
search the house.
the only thing that could, I mean, if he had all these ranch hands, they couldn't have possibly have been broke right off the bat. He must have something left over that we don't know about. Maybe we can go to he might have put it in the bank, or he might have a
Maybe we
stash.
could
It would be in the house, probably.
Maybe we could check and see if he had any kind of log or something of maybe scheduled sales or people that he was planning to sell cattle to.
All right, since it's our office now.
Let's
maybe
do
we
that.
go in there. Let's go have a look see.
Okay.
All right, Bill heads to the office.
Okay.
Kicks the door in.
We're doing like a clue moment where all of us are just like elbow to elbow, running to room looking for shit.
We're stuck in that loop of like, maybe we should do this or maybe we should do that. Let's just do something.
Yeah.
Bill, as you enter the Sutter home, roll your notice.
Yeah.
Mobile.
Notice.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Nice roll. You see movement over on the bed that catches your eye.
The bed where the two corpses lay.
Yes.
What's that thing called? Ghost steel Bowie knife immediately is halfway out of the sheath as I notice this, and I'm
Warms a flamethrower.
Can I make a faith check? They're not like, I mean, they're werewolves, right? There's no moon out, right?
Well, it's daytime.
Maybe they're their wolves.
Did we know how long it takes for them to come back? I don't think that was information we were given.
Mm-mm.
We were just told they do come back.
Take a chip.
all right. Movement on the bed. I look closer.
You look a little closer, and you notice that the injuries on Abby have begun to shrink. And before, when her jugular seemed to have been ripped out, it's also begun to shrink. The movement you saw, Bill, was her chest going up and down. And as you investigate, it almost makes you jump as you see her take another breath.
Oh, we can't burn her now, can we?
Well, we said why not?
He has his flamethrower lit and everything already.
Wood rush.
You know how long it takes to get the pilot light lit?
This shit ain't easy to do.
I don't put it away till it tastes blood.
I gotta burn something.
My flamethrower has a mind of its own. I can't stop it until it burns.
The cursed flamethrower. That needs to be an item.
I like it.
Make it for the next campaign.
Yeah.
She's waking up. She's waking
Bill
up.
comes over to Abby, Bowie knife fully out of the sheath. And I don't know, is this within Bill's character to do this?
Depends on how you look at it, Bill.
I guess that is the real question.
I would say the rest of you have probably piled in the house by now as well.
Yeah.
You see Bill hovering over the corpses with the knife out.
I just call out to Bill. I say, "What's up?"
He
See.
has the knife in one hand and like his other hand is kind of just like hovering above her body, and perhaps you can see that his hand is steady, but her body gets closer and farther away from his hand as she is now breathing.
Horrific.
I close the door behind us.
Is there? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Caesar.
No, you go ahead.
Is there a role to know if there is like an occult smarts to know if there's any chance of curing lycanthropy? She's doomed. Does Warren consider her doomed? I guess I'm morally trying to decide.
Well, I would say if there are any means of curing lycanthropy, it would be mad science. If there's a known cure, I don't think Warren would know offhand. I don't know offhand looking at I mean, it's definitely, I think, something we can I think that's reasonable within the world of Deadlands, but what that entails might require some investigation.
I mean,
Bill
we could
declares
cage her up.
confidently. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, real quick, Bill. We could cage her up. Maybe we don't have to kill her. Actually,
He shakes his head. He says, "There's no saving her."
Bill,
Not-
I think it might be too late to go through with this now. Look, she's gonna come back, right? She's not gonna be full werewolf mode constantly. We can ask her whether she wants to continue living as a werewolf or would she rather join her pop.
wise.
It would be
Um,
good. I mean, she's technically now alive, isn't she?
Yeah.
You'd be murdering Bill.
I mean, it's foolish to assume we'll be able to cage her in a reasonable fashion.
Yeah, but that is also the thing too. Yeah, how we gonna cage her? We ain't got nowhere to put her.
I mean, our group didn't have much difficulty taking down a group of werewolves. As long as we can take her down when she goes werewolf mode without using any ghost steel or magic.
But we could also run the risk of us turning into a werewolf as well.
I'll say for the sake of argument, by the way, because you guys made really good occult rolls last game, judgment call hopefully doesn't bite me in the ass later, but lichens have to see a full moon in order to change or be physically like under it.
All right. So we all know that. We all understand that. We've talked about it. Bill says, well, she's not going to see a full moon right now, but if she does wake up, she shouldn't see this. And he sheaths his knife, goes around to the other side of the bed where Bill Sutter's corpse is. And Bill Kane goes to try to he says, can someone help me? And he's preparing to move Bill Sutter out of the room. right?
I help.
mean,
Yeah. We don't want her to wake up and see her dad's dead body.
how long
Bill.
has he been there? We got to get him in the ground anyway, right?
Yeah, let's move him out and we'll leave her on the bed. Or, yeah, we'll get him out of here.
Bury him under the tree that everyone kept going to.
Tree that all of us randomly felt the need to have a contemplation.
That's a special tree. Seems like a good place.
I'll go,
Bill,
with you, Bill. I'll go with you.
Who's
Bill.
getting his boots? Who's getting his legs?
I got the
Bill
boots.
Bill gets under his arms, and yeah, we carry him outside to that tree. Leave you guys
Assist
inside.
any way that I can.
While you
but
do
I think
that,
you
I'll
guys have-
search for the contracts of the other farmhands. If someone wants to help me with that, or look for if there's any extra money still laying around here that we could.
As
Yeah,
Gale
I'll
and
help you, Caesar.
Bill head out the door, Bill's like, "You might want to tie her up."
Yeah, maybe do something like that. I leave my jacket to put on top of her before we leave.
All right. You find a big contract with all people's names listed and signed. It's one big contract that you guys signed, and it was. This is off the top of my head, so I need to double check, but I believe it was $30 a month.
That's not that bad.
For each individual? Or
Each
for-
ranch hand.
If
So-
we don't count our own, and how many ranch hands aside from us are there?
About 2 dozen. But
Sure,
that
we could
ebbs
throw
and
money
flow. Well, yeah, and that ebbs and flows depending on how many cattle you have. And right now, you're probably at your peak with like thousands. You know what I'm saying?
Thousands of beeves.
Yeah, we also have to find someone to at least sell a portion of the fucking herd to get us through the battle with Northern
So-
Star.
So every month we'd be spending approximately, like, give or take, $720. Because if it's 30 per person and it's 24, so 2 dozen, that'd be $720 per month.
And this is also going off the top of my head from literally 9 months ago, but the agreement was pretty much feed you and everything you need along the way, and payment upon sale of the cattle, unless if you leave before the job is done, in which case you'd be paid, what you would be owed up to that point. So you're not technically paying every month. You're tallying every month, and then you'll pay a big lump sum.
Okay, so I guess that'll be up to y'all. Me and Bill went to go bury Bill.
Here's the question, because a lot of the ranch hands are bedridden. Okay. The ones that are still able to function and walk around, we can use, but the bedridden ones, what do we do about them? Do we fucking heal them up so we're at full manpower, or do we just ditch them in town or some shit?
2 words: werewolf army.
I like where he's going with this.
I like it. If we're going crazy with it, let's go crazy with it. Let's get
Dark
werewolf.
Bill is way more fun, y'all.
We can just
Dark
we can
Bill's
just
fucking mind.
transfer to playing Werewolf Apocalypse as we all just get lycanthropy.
This was the climactic point of our story. Werewolf Army.
Warren turns to Caesar and he's like, "Well, isn't there a bit of a problem now? I mean, I'm glad she's alive, but there's now a werewolf ranch owner.
Well, look, as I said, I'm not comfortable killing her after we've been traveling for so long together. She's technically our boss still, considering she might have died, but she is back to being alive now. Are you comfortable killing your boss?
I'm not saying killing her. It's just we got to really consider the logistics of what's going on here.
As I said, she's gonna come back. We can ask her whether she's willing to continue living on as a lycanthrope, or would she rather have us put an end to her?
Back west, they got all sorts of contraptions there at Hellstrom. Maybe they could hook her up and zap her with 10,000 watts and cure her of that stuff.
Frankenstein werewolf. I like it.
I mean, if you're able to get your contacts in there, sure. Our group had a run-in with some fellas that I believe the Wasatch Railroad, they work with Hellstrom. They weren't exactly the friendliest people. So I don't have high hopes for Hellstrom either.
Well, I think you're right with asking her. It's the best choice. Let's just keep her away from the moon.
As you guys are discussing this, you begin hearing the rumble of several horse approaching the ranch. Those who are burying Bill Sutter up at the tree, you're kind of piling the dirt on at this point, we'll say. It takes a lot longer to dig a hole, but
we went through his pockets just in case he had another. Well, you know, he might have some note that we need to read.
I will say, I think you guys still have it, but just in case, he would have the deed on him. You do find no, that would be about it. Nothing really else of interest.
Okay, yeah, we just make sure.
So from the tree where you see, you don't hear it, but eventually you see a little bit of a small dust cloud, and you look down at the ranch and see a contingency of riders once again coming up to the ranch.
Estimate number?
Dozen or more.
So an easy fight.
Bill's like, we can finish burying him later, Gale. Come on. And starts heading back.
I'm gonna walk out of the house here and all this. Are the rest of the ranch hands up at this point and moving about? Can I try to signal them just to back us up if need be?
Yeah, so everyone at the ranch heard him coming, more or less. Those who they're kind of having breakfast. And, yeah, they all got their attention. Even Caesar comes out of his tent. No, sorry, I keep calling him Caesar, but Joao comes out of his tent.
Can I just roll a notice on the upcoming riders just to get an idea? I mean, do they look like our friendly neighborhood North Star buddies? You know,
absolutely.
Get a cup of sugar or something like that.
Absolutely.
Friendly neighborhood North Star. Is there a James Jonah Jameson in the town next door that screams about them being corrupt and shit? They're a menace to Wyoming society.
No, they do not look like North Star. He's not shirtless, but use your imagination. But the rest of this is pretty relevant. You see them all with what look like pretty thick swords on their side and a 6-shooter, wearing an odd garment to buckskin.
God fucking
but
damn.
Not to Caesar.
Well, I don't. Yeah, it would be odd to Caesar as well. For you players, it is traditional Chinese garb.
Chinese. Okay.
Black Dragon.
Iron Dragon.
Iron Dragon.
What? You hear the lead man call out, "Who is in charge here?"
I look towards Buckskin.
Lauren's eyes go towards Buckskin.
Buckskin and Bill, are you guys coming down from the tree? What are you doing?
Bill and Gale are coming down from the tree, and we too also look to Buckskin to lead us.
Okay, Buckskin, you stayed down there. All right.
Did Buckskin come with?
Right, yeah. No, I stayed at the house.
Okay.
With to search around, just, try to find stuff.
Everyone starts looking at you, Buckskin.
Just look back at them. look down for a second, then I look up at the guy who hollered out and just kind of raise my hand and go, I guess that'd be me. I'm Ranger William Madsen. How can I help you?
You're trespassing on Iron Dragon land. Leave now.
What, everyone owns this place but us, apparently?
Not because of this.
Come again? We own this here property.
He kind of looks at the others, and they look at him like confused. What do you mean? You are squatters here. This is Northern Star land.
That is incorrect, sir. You got the deed right here.
BRINEY, he took your idea, bro. He's using your idea against you.
The leader kind of motions one of the riders to go up to you, Buckskin. He kind of dismounts from his horse, walks up to you, grabs the deed, walks back to the owner, hands it to him, and he examines it.
I assume that Bill would have handed the deed over because I think you guys found it on Sutter.
Yeah?
Did you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Because I was making assumptions. I'm trying to see. I'm missing a piece of text here. It's bugging me. But it's in the physical book. It must be. Anywho. He hands it back, and the other rider returns it to you. I will have to review this with the land office and confirm with them. Have you legitimized there yet?
That was actually our first stop when we were in town a few days ago. The land officer that was in the office at that point in time did validate this deed. Who told you we're squatting? Was that the North Star that told you that?
Oh, God, sorry. My stomach's making weird noises. I had a deal with Logan. Yes. We were to construct a railroad through his land. If what you say is true, I have to verify it first, but I will halt alterations for now. I'm sorry, operations. My stomach's really distracting me. It's like screaming.
Yeah, I guess let us know if there's any way we can help out. If we need to go back to the land office to confirm once more, we can definitely do that.
You're serious. You're not lying, are you?
I don't lie.
He says word in Mandarin. La shi, and looks at another person behind him and speaks Mandarin. And they exchange some words. And 5 of the riders bolt north.
Yeah, while this is going on, Caesar just has his hand permanently on his sword because he does trust these guys due to them working with his old fucking gang.
Yeah, Joao is up by you at this point, doing the same posturing.
Buck's just kind of looking back to the rest of the group, and
We're all here together, right?
You're all together.
Okay. Listen, I don't know what you've been hearing or like just letting them filter in these words into you, but as William here said, they're feeding you lies. We have an appropriate deed to this place, and the land is ours. Hell, we showed you the proof. How could we be squatters if we have the actual deed to the place? God damn it!
There would be records at the land office. That will be my final confirmation to see if you are indeed telling the truth.
Yeah, maybe you should go ahead and do that.
Caesar will
Making
lean
assumptions.
into Buckskin and quietly say, I think this might be an opportunity. as much as I don't want to trust these guys since they're working with my old gang, them having to build through our land could prove useful in dealing with Northern Star. Don't you think, Bill? Buck? Whichever one I decide.
Sorry, one
Hey,
second.
no, Caesar, I think that'd be a pretty good
I haven't
idea.
had a coffee. Look, I drink decaf fucking Coke. So I don't have caffeine.
It's not that. Scar had. I saw him run off the camera. I think he's got to take care of something real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did he say his name?
I'm here.
The
I'm
writer-
here.
There it is.
Did the writer say his name? What his name was? I don't think I asked him yet.
No, no one's asked his name.
Okay.
Sir, could you introduce yourself? I am Bill Kane. And he's obviously not Bill Kane, but
yeah, he kind of narrows his eyes at you and he said, I am Lee Zen, the enforcer here for the Iron Dragon.
Wait, certainly was Lee. What is he, nobility?
Man, I just read it out of the book, dude. I don't know.
No, that's a fucking Chinese history reference. The Lees were a massive family.
Take away his chip, Marshall.
Lee Zen. Do you mind if I call you Mr. Zen? Do you prefer Lee?
Zen is fine.
Zen, we've only arrived here, but about, how long have we been here? 4 weeks? 3 weeks, I think, right? Give or take a couple days. 2
Close
weeks.
to that. What have you?
We've been here about 3 weeks, just getting set up. Obviously, you can see we're trying to run a thriving ranch, raise some beeves, and sell them to market. But I understand I wasn't aware that you guys had a business proposal or agreement with Mr. Logan. But we'd be happy to discuss it further if you are planning to build or want to build a railroad through the area.
My men are on their way to speak with Logan. After I see whose statements are true, we will retrieve our payment from him. And then we can negotiate payment with you. I think that would be agreeable.
Excellent.
Before you go, Bill produces the wanted poster of the other man. Have you seen this man?
Oh, I like the prop.
Like a piece of paper. No, I was kidding.
It's like the katana all over again. Have you seen a katana like this? But no,
I'm a master of props.
He says, is this some kind of trick? You show me a wanted poster of yourself?
I smile. I say, no trick. And it's not me. A man who looks like me will say. And I fold up the want ad and I put it back in my vest. If you have not seen him, then this is a waste of time. Have you seen any Japanese? Perhaps that'll be easier.
There has been Japanese in town. I was instructed to allow them to assist in our enforcement on the rail line. Came straight from Kang himself, apparently. I had no decision over it.
Does that name ring a bell with us?
Kang is the boss of the Iron Dragon.
And we know that already?
It's common knowledge. You wouldn't know yet. I haven't mentioned it, but your characters would know.
Okay. All right. Well, that's something for Bill. He's not a detective. He's not that smart, so he'll try to file away that info.
There of the
Iron Dragon.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Bill gives the guy a slight bow and walks away, back behind Buckskin.
He returns one with his head, nods down at you, and begins turning his horses. All right. They go in the Dirtwater direction. Bill Sutter is buried. What are the rest of you doing? What are you doing for the rest of the day?
Did you tie up Abby?
Didn't really have much of a chance.
Maybe we should go back and check and see if she's still there.
Let's do that now.
You didn't have much of a chance. Oh no! All right, yeah.
You know how long it took Gail and I to dig a grave? I think
And
you
we
had
had
a
to
chance.
search the whole house to fucking find the contracts and shit.
Okay, all right. She's probably wreaking havoc or something. No, she's not. She's not.
Well, you deal
Annoying.
with
She's like,
Abby.
and they're transforming as we speak. She's like, "Arr,
Yeah.
arr."
Well,
Yeah.
well, you guys deal with Abby. I don't think we need all of us to tie her up. Maybe two of us should stay out here and get the ranch hands working. Hand out jobs. Sort that stuff out. So they're not just sitting on their asses.
Yeah, that's great. Gail and I will bury Sutter and tie up Abby. Don't you worry yourself about that. Let's go, Gail.
I haul my ass inside. I'm like, where the fuck is she? Where the fuck did she go? Abby. Oh,
So you don't need two people to bury a body, really. Once it's there, you can just...
you know how difficult it is to bury 6 feet deep? It ain't just a one-man job. Well, to be buried, it's a one-man job, but to bury, it ain't a one-man job.
Listen here.
So we get rope and we tie up Abby.
Is
Can we
she,
just make that?
Marshall, is she awake? Where is she?
Where you left her?
She hasn't moved?
I
Has
think
not
she's
moved.
going to need to see a moon before she does any transforming. But
Cool. Well, if she's unconscious, let's tie her ass up.
I think we should probably board up these windows. You know, better not chance it.
Don't let her see any kind of moonlight at all.
Not even a little.
Yeah, board it up, cover it with cloth, whatever we got to do.
We
That
do.
sounds like a plan. Caesar, why don't we go talk to the ranch hands and we'll meet back up, circle back with the group, and then we can kind of discuss everything that just went down with this Iron Dragon group and figure out what our next step is, because he's talking about sending and going to talk to that Logan to validate the our story, I guess, even though our story is the truth. And then he's also talking about validating it through the land office, the deed again, to see if they have it on record. And well, I don't know if the land office person's missing. That might be difficult.
Might be.
I
You
mean,
can't fight two battles.
they might just literally break into the fucking office and go through the files.
And they're honorable, right? They don't do bad things.
It's a railway company. They can get away with anything.
Anything.
Our adventure literally started with a railway company just attacking us in the middle of town as if it didn't bother them.
It's true.
He's not wrong.
Forgot about that.
Oops.
Uh-oh. Somebody threw
shit,
dynamite on the
dynamite.
table. Okay, so you guys are going to be discussing. You're continuing to, I think, search the house too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's searching through the house can roll notices. Who's boarding up the house.
I'm boarding everything up.
Okay.
I guess I will assist.
Trying to, at
I don't
least.
know. I was going to go talk to ranch hands, but
Ooh, nice roll. As you're boarding up, Gale and Buckskin, one of the ranch hands will say, Shaban. She walks up. What are you boarding up the walls there for?
What do you think? Well, it's more for precautionary reasons. We dealt with werewolves prior. We're just making sure there's no way that they could possibly find their way in.
Oh, I gotcha. So in case anything happens, we all just run into the house, is what you're saying?
Not necessarily. It's more of a.
maybe not. Probably won't fit all of us.
It's just more of like while we're trying to sleep, maybe they. It's defensive precaution.
She
one would say.
kind of like nods her head and just kind of walks away, not very convinced and very confused.
I go, wait. And I grab Siobhan by the arm and I pull her back and I go, listen, I need you to understand something quick. And I go look around real quick and I pull her closer and I go, look, this is for the sake of our own protection. I know it's ridiculous to sound like for me to say this, but us running into those werewolves was completely different than any kind of gunfight. We don't know what we're dealing with. So us boarding up these walls and windows and everything else, it's more of like trying to be sane and trying to keep ourselves protected. And I'm trying to protect everybody the way that Buckskin is doing the same. Keep about your business, do everything as you usually do, but please understand that we're doing it to protect everyone.
So we don't run in there to be protected?
You're
I'm
not running
confused.
away. Don't. You're thinking too hard. We're boarding up the walls. goddammit. Quit thinking about it. I go, here, take a cigar. Shut up. Go on. And
Ooh, cigar. Okay.
This guy will just have an unlimited supply of cigars at this point.
I have only one more.
700 cigars.
That cigar definitely buys her off, and she goes away.
I have literally. Oh wait, no, I have.
What's this?
Oh shit, I didn't even.
Here's a cigar. Okay.
It's funny, fucking Joey talking to one of the ranch hands he made.
Yeah, it's golden.
And it's one of the ones that me and Joey collaborated on. I wonder what Niall's up to.
Cigars give you a +5 diplomacy.
Yeah. Here, why don't you take this? Why don't you shut the hell up and go on?
All right,
here.
Warren, as you're searching the house, getting everything ready, maybe kind of making space as you all tie up Abby and everything like that, making sure maybe even she's comfortable. Who knows how nice Warren is? But Warren seems pretty nice, honestly. So,
Gentlemen.
but yeah, you kind of you remove kind of the nasty sheets from Bill's Sutter and replace them with some nice ones. Fluff a pillow, tie her to the bed frame. But as you fluff the pillow, underneath the pillow, you do find 1, a Colt Army, and 2, a leather envelope.
What do we got here? I'm imagining this tying up and dealing with Abby is really uncomfortable for Warren because he's a Mormon boy. He's probably never actually been with a woman, so he's this makes him a bit like shy and weird. So he's like being a bit brisk with it and careful. And he
Have you even touched
pulls
the
up.
woman?
Bill's helping. That was Bill's only task, was to tie her up.
So we're like finishing up the knots, me and Bill, and I'm like, Bill, what's this? And he's holding up the pistol and the leather envelope, leather satchel.
I imagine that, like, we all know each other's weapons on sight. You know what I mean? Like, we know if this is Stutter's pistol or Abby's pistol, right?
Yeah, you guys have been together 9 months or so. You've seen Bill use a Colt Army.
All right. Well, that's Bill's pistol. That's Mr. Sutter's pistol. Let's
Well, that
see
makes
what's in
sense.
that. Let's see what's in that envelope.
I look around, I crack the envelope open, and take a look at the inside.
You see 560 buckaroos.
Well, Bill, there's 560 odd buckaroos in here.
Oh, we might need to flash that around to some of the ranch hands. Keep them on task.
Oh, what's that? Is that 30 pounds of ghost rock that was just kept inside this envelope? I'll put that inside this jump pack.
Did I hear 30 pounds of ghost rock?
Yeah, we just
big
found
envelope.
it. We just found it under Abby's pillow.
And a kilo of cocaine.
It just keeps getting better.
Wait, you're telling me Ghost Rock isn't just cocaine?
People probably do smash it up and snort it now that you say that.
Just
Doesn't it
imagine
give you
the Pello,
cancer?
Ghost
Pello just like sitting on a pile of stuff, like it's like you'd see plain as day underneath the Pello. There's just a pile of shit.
Ghost Rock. You snort it, you turn into a ghost.
I feel like snorting Ghost Rock is the worst decision you could make, considering it literally drives you insane and gives you like mega cancer.
I just figured out.
Get
It
ready.
hasn't been proven yet. We don't know that.
So,
Anyhow,
Yeah, what's in the leather? Some money. Okay, some money and a gun.
and you find one other thing. I am trying to double check here because it's a strange name. I'm sorry. I always forget the name, but it is a.
Don't be sorry. Be better.
Laudanum.
Damn.
A little bottle of laudanum painkiller.
Ooh, pop it light.
Being addictive.
It's pretty much opium, so yes.
oh, you don't
What?
say.
Well, this makes sense too. Bill's probably taking painkillers. Deal with the pain.
But in this era, like that shit was just like
Primo.
advanced aspirin. I mean,
Mhm.
that's how people looked at it.
Yeah.
I mean, Coca-Cola still has cocaine in it in this time period.
Yeah.
It's sure.
Wired.
People even sniffed tobacco back then. Freaking weirdos, dude.
No.
Yeah, fucking weird.
That's
Still
weird
make
that
snuff
they would
today.
do that.
Okay, what y'all
All right.
doing?
So we found a big chunk of money to at least pay the immediate salary. I guess I'll come outside. Bill, I'm going to show the others this money and the
course.
gun and painkillers. So I walk outside, approach Gail and whoever else is putting up, blocking the light, and I tell them, well, we're in for a little bit of luck. Got to have a little bit once in a while. Found about nearly a month's wages underneath Abby's pillow. So that'll take some stress off for a little bit of time before we can figure out how we're going to keep paying these boys.
All right. So, okay, that's good. No, that's great, actually. We set that aside.
But we all understand that we don't need to pay them monthly.
Oh, right. All at the end. Okay, sorry.
But
okay.
it's just a nice thing to show them, like, hey, look, we got the money.
Yeah, that's why
You
we
know?
set it aside. We let them know we have it.
Mhm.
We don't give it to them now. We just let them know that we do have it.
Gail says as she neatly folds it and put it in her pocket. No, I'm just kidding.
Let them know that we do have it, and it's right here in my pocket. No.
Oh no, where'd it go?
Okay, we now we know that. What's next? We tied up Abby, blocked all the windows. We have the money to pay for him. We need to clear our name with the where the hell did we put them? The one guy who's still tied up.
What did you do with him? Just leave him outside?
Those cattle rustlers, they're like dying. No, we gave them water and stuff, I thought.
I mean, even if they didn't go with water and food for a day, they'd still be alive.
Probably tied up in a barn or something like that.
Yeah,
check up on
we'll
those
say the
boys.
barn's mostly done by now.
Let's go take care of them and go bring them to town.
Back then, you had enough hands to help you. You could construct a house, a barn, and all sorts of stuff in pretty crazy amounts
Like an
of time.
Amish barn raising.
Right.
If it blows over, we just rebuild it that same day.
No time at all.
Yeah, well, Gail, I guess maybe, I don't know if we split the party. Do you guys want to just all ride into town? Maybe we go there and see if hopefully the land office officials back and take these cattle thieves back to town and turn them in.
Yeah, turn them in. Talk to land office officials. Get that shit sorted out, and then have we already put all the jobs on to all the other ranch hands as well already. That's been taken care of.
I was gonna say that's what me and Caesar were doing, but I don't know if we were gonna RP that or not.
Tie their
Unless you want to.
tie their dumbasses to the back of a horse and let's get going.
We just drag them behind the horse the whole way.
Oh no, they'd be dead by the time we get back to town. Yeah, we head to town.
No loss there.
With the
Aside from us not being able to clear our reputation.
Yeah, that would be an issue. But
head back to town with the one guy, one dude. I think we got one.
I believe you guys.
Yeah,
there was a 3 total. 1 got shot in the head, so you still have 2.
Yeah, so we got 2. We take the 2 back to town.
As you guys are,
one of the tasks I assigned was just to have 2 of the ranch hands just bury that other guy.
okay.
Not under the tree.
They didn't earn the tree. All right.
They don't deserve it.
No, not that. That's a monument there.
That's for spiritual awakening.
As you guys are beginning to saddle up your horses, one of the hands rides in at great speed. And kind of skids the horse down. Is Bill here? He slides off the horse right on his shoulder with a thud. Damn!
I rush up to him. Buck does to help.
He starts to hurriedly remove one of his cowboy boots on his left foot, and pulls up his jeans and shows you 2 bites. Looks like snake bites. Snake bites look a bit odd though. You've seen it before though, Buckskin. All of you have. See little boils beginning to form around the bite.
Fucking God.
Goddamn snake bit me when I was running the fence.
A snake?
You get an eye on that snake? You got 2 bites? You got bit twice?
No, I just got bit once. A horse stamped it.
You get a good look at the creature that bit you?
Before my horse stamped it to death, it just looked like a rattlesnake. Am I gonna die, Buckskin? It's let's see. We'll say it's
be fine.
It's
Am I gonna die?
it's Huff.
Buckskin, don't let me die.
Huff.
Oh, you're gonna be fine, Huff. I kind of wave over to Bill or Gale, either one, I guess. I was like, got a snake bite over here, Bill. Think you can help out?
Yeah.
Bill, take a look though, because there are some boils forming there. I don't know. Do these look similar to what the other ranch hands have had, or the other people that have been sick, or
Yes.
what Sutter had?
Yep.
Okay.
Bill had noticing that a lot of them come in have been animal bites, and then they get sick shortly after.
Well, yeah, Bill will go ahead and burn some power points to heal this guy. Let's see here.
And just as like a joke, but not really joking, I'm gonna look at Huff and I'm gonna pull out my knife and be like, "Don't worry, if he can't heal you, we can always cut that foot off."
Oh God!
God damn it, Buckskin! That ain't funny.
Intimidation.
I'm just messing with it. It'll be fine.
I thought I was gonna die.
I handed my flask just for a drink. Take a sip while Bill works.
And works he does. Bill, you lay your hands over. What is? I don't think I've asked you this before. We just kind of say something. What is the trappings when you heal? What does it look like?
Well, the book gives you options, but the book says it could be this or that, because the book tries to cover all the possibilities. But I imagine that it's like a Reiki massage. Bill just kind of hovers his hands over the guy's wound, not even really touching it, but just kind of doing like a telekinetic air massage, and energy is exchanged, and the wounds just heal right before our eyes.
You guys see the snake bite. It begins to kind of bubble as this nauseous yellow fluid begins to pour out as his body heals and pushes it out through the snakebite wounds and then seals up.
Bill pats the guy on the shoulder, says, "You'll be fine, but there is a sickness in camp. Keep an eye on yourself."
All right, Bill. That's just crazy. I don't feel any pain at all.
Buck's gonna help him to his feet, up to his feet.
He said, "Thank you, Buckskin. Thank you, Bill. I'll get back to the fence, I suppose."
Where was this snake? Where did it bite you at?
Oh, just where I start the fence line, about northwest of here.
Maybe we should go collect that. You said it's dead?
Yes, sir. Horse stomped it to death. Looked like it was battered and broken in pieces when I hurried over.
Yeah, let's
Keep an eye out for any other animals and tell a friend.
Tell a friend. I will do. I'm gonna keep my gun close to my hand. And he hops back up and gets back to work.
All right.
Do you think we should ride over and pick that up before we ride off to town?
Maybe not even pick it up, just look at it.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Do that too. All right. Is that on the way anyways? Sort of?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, we should just go take a look at it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll wave over to the group and yell over. We're going to go check out this here dead snake that bit Huff. Seemed to infect him. You guys in?
Keep an eye on Huff. Wait, do we want to all head out together? Or, I mean, like, I feel like this is probably an appropriate time to start splitting the party, as we said earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like there's a lot happening, and we don't want to just all be in one place and let the shit go down elsewhere, but I don't know.
We should leave at least one, I'm just thinking out loud. We should probably keep at least one of the healers with one half of the party, and if we just split, 2 people and go to town and 3 people stay here, or how do you guys want to do that?
I look to Bill. You want to stay? You want to go?
I'd like to go into town.
All right. I'll be glad to stay behind. I'll have a look at that snake. Y'all be careful.
Perhaps Warren could help you.
Yeah, I'll go with Gale. That sounds fine.
We need your ridiculous expertise on such snake matters at hand, Mr.
I'm an expert at stomp snakes.
Yeah, of course. Why don't you show me a little bit of that, how that flamethrower works while we're talking about that? we ride over to the snake.
You gonna light a cigar?
Yeah.
We light the tree on fire on accident.
Oh shit!
All right, so Warren and Gale are going north. Buckskin and Bill are going south towards town. Yeah, which way are you going, Caesar?
I think I'm gonna go town because I do want to check up on the Iron Dragon and my old gang. What's going on with that while we're there?
Okay.
Hopefully I can smooth things over so my old gang doesn't interfere with our possible deal with Iron Dragon.
What could go wrong?
Nothing.
Be fine. I'm like, all right, boys, right off. Hit the road. The old dusty trail.
Okay. Let's see. The side of the snake bite is closer, so we'll start with you guys. You head a little bit north. I will say you're going with the ranch hand. He's going right back to where he was working. And he goes up, shows you where the snake is. Still there, it looks like. And he kind of gets back to work. He sees a couple cattle stray and goes around them up. What are you guys doing?
Does it look like anything special?
It doesn't look normal. It's pretty nasty and beaten apart. But the inside of it doesn't look as pink as you thought it might. What expertise does Warren have with medical, or I suppose science could fall under this?
Yeah, I got weird science.
Just science.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, the from your studies of biology, and I'm sure you went across snakes, being in the region you are. Yeah, this snake looks very sickly. From what you can see on the inside, there's not much left of it, but something was definitely wrong with it. It wasn't a healthy snake by any means.
Well, that does not look like a normal snake you just find out on the range there, Gale.
Well, what the hell?
You reckon that has something to do with what's that guy's name? Tasagi?
Tasare.
Yeah.
More than like
Soggy.
Tasagi. I think I like that more actually.
That varmint.
Both of you roll notice checks, please.
There he is.
Oh.
Good God.
Oh my God. Gale.
All right. You both see it. You look kind of, as you're kind of discussing, you kind of look over in the distance of the grassy, browning grass, I should say. You see a steer. You look and see this. It looks like the steer is actually standing over another steer. And the other steer is not moving, that's on the ground. It looks like the steer kind of goes down. It's a bit of ways and begins nudging the steer. It doesn't look like it's moving. Kind of like, if the steer loved it and it passed away and it's nudging to see if it's really dead. You know what I mean? That kind of scene. You see that off in the distance.
Sad nature scene.
Is it nudging it or is it eating it?
Oh. No, it's nudging it, right? Please tell me it's nudging it. Don't tell me it's eating it.
What do y'all
I'm
do?
picturing Gale looking at the snake with like her rifle scope, like from the horse.
yeah, that's a fucking snake right there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because of the grass, but the steer itself that's standing doesn't seem quite right to you. You're a little too far to put your finger on it, though.
How far away are they, you said? Or the steer and the one on the ground, collapsed on the ground?
About 200 yards.
Bang.
I would like to utilize my scope and maybe do like a notice check if I could.
Well, you already did it. Your notice check. It was phenomenal. And yeah, Warren already looked through his scope too. You see the same thing. It's hard to tell from your perspective, the cow that's on the ground, but the steer that's above it looks a bit off.
Here's we got ourselves a little bit of a mystery.
It looks. I'll tell you this. It looks a little sickly.
That don't look right. This snake might.
Zombies and vampires tend to look a little sickly.
Zombie horses, vampire zombie horses.
Yeah, I'm calling it.
A werecow.
A werehorse. Yeah, that don't look right. Shit.
Start trotting over cautiously.
Very cautiously.
Sniper rifle and flamethrower at the ready.
I have crisscross applesauce on my saddle on my horse. Just
You said you wanted to see this thing work, right?
I would love to.
You want to shoot it?
Can I?
Of course. Let's just find something.
Well, if we do, okay. I'm getting an itch. We should go and investigate that horse situation over yonder. I think
Yes.
this definitely had something to do with that. Let's.
We trot over to the steers.
Yeah.
Okay. As you get close enough to really see what's going on, you see as you get closer that the steer that's standing over the cow is large, very large. And you kind of get a good proportion of the other cow. You couldn't tell from the distance, but he is a bit unusually big for a steer. It goes down to nudge again the cow on the ground, and you're close enough now as it begins lifting its head. Something is resisting against its head lifting up, and you see that it's, as Ryan eloquently called out, ripping out flesh from the cow below it.
Oh, hell no.
That's some sick shit. I don't think that's supposed to. They're no.
I think you better take that cow out, Gail. Let's get some distance and,
Let me turn that skull into a canoe real quick.
As you lift your rifle, and the steer lifts its head simultaneously with flesh in its mouth and chews on it, it notices you too and lets out an unearthly. What would you call a steer's call or roar? Anyway,
Bellow.
a bellow, yeah.
A moo?
All right,
Unearthly moo.
and we will
God, it's hideous.
fade over to you guys as you are just now entering dirt water. What are you doing in dirt water?
Where, Beebs?
It's daytime right now, right?
It is about noon at this point, a little past.
About noon. Well, Bill, Caesar, what do you think we swing by the land office? See if maybe the land officer returned. Maybe he's back.
Yeah.
Well, I think first maybe we should deliver these guys to the sheriff.
That's probably a good idea. We don't want to leave them on the horses for any longer. All right, let's do that first then. To the sheriff's office.
Fuck, man.
All right. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. You're bringing them on in. So let's see. These guys going back. All right. You're right. You have them on the back of your horses, tied up still. Do you have them gagged?
No, I didn't gag him.
No.
Okay. Could have rolled a little smoother.
Sorry about that. I take him down from the horse, at least the one that I assume I was carrying, and let's take him inside. I walk up to the door. I look inside. Is the sheriff's office door open?
It's open, and you can even see through the window. You can see Marshall Tate in there.
Marshall Taint
Taint,
is here. Okay.
Let's not forget that.
I walk up and I kind of knock on the door frame and I say, Marshall Taint, we got some cattle rustlers that we caught. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Thank you. Real comedian over here. Well, what we have here? One of them nods at him.
Got some cattle rustlers. Killed a few of them. They actually attacked us while we were just out watching our herd, and say they're part of the I believe it was the Marshall gang. I'm sorry, the Walsh gang, not Marshall.
Walsh,
gang.
yeah.
Walsh gang.
Well, very good. I hope you killed that bastard along with him. I'm assuming he's dead since you only got these two.
I mean, we killed a few. I don't know what Walsh looks like, and they didn't say whether or not he is dead. So.
Yeah, he answers, yeah, you got Walsh. Well, that's very nice. I got 2 beautiful rooms for you boys. One of our better suites, in fact. Come on, I'll show you. And there's even a mint under the pillow. Goes over to
Bill brings in the second guy.
Goes and opens the jail and grabs them by the rope. If you let them go.
Yep. And I let him go.
Forcibly shoves them in.
I just want to talk to the marshal a little bit longer on that. I was like, they were saying that we just asked who they were. They've been apparently thieving from the Logan Ranch too.
That didn't surprise me. Well, I suppose that's a closed case there. Yeah, caught a couple of them before, but you can't be too sure on these things when Northern Star goes around saying that some people are possibly stealing cattle. You have to take it very seriously. You understand?
Just for your, I totally get it. But just for your own, I don't know if you needed to come out and see the rest of them. A bunch of bodies still there, I believe, from our little gunfight.
How many?
I don't remember how many. There's like 14 of them, wasn't there? We killed like 7 or something, or 8 of them, I thought. I can't remember.
You give him a number.
You guys remember? Okay. All right. Cool.
It's so inconsequential to Buckskin how many people he's killed. It was like somewhere between 6 and 10. I don't know.
I kill so many so often. It's hard to tell.
I've only got 10 fingers and 10 toes, and I can't really get up higher than that. So
It's a lot. It's a lot to count.
Well, hopefully you got them all. These 2 will hang tomorrow, probably, or as soon as the circuit judge at least comes in. I suppose I should follow protocol with these 2.
The land officer back yet?
No, he's still missing. Y'all find out anything about it?
What kind of
maybe you
leads
heard
are we?
something.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't have any leads yet. Could just still be surveying land for all I know, but nobody's saying nothing. So I saw Lee Zinn come in a little bit ago into the land office asking me to let him in. That's about it. Didn't seem too unusual.
Did you let him in? Is that how it works?
They're gonna put this town on the map, so of course I watched over things, made sure no funny business was going on. He said he just wanted to check some records. Within his right. I'm sure it involves the dispute between you and Logan.
That's why we're asking. Did he let you know? Did he discover anything? Did you come to a conclusion?
Oh, he don't talk to me much.
You know where he's at?
Well, he probably went back up at the railroad construction north of the Northern Star Ranch, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he paid a visit to us today as well.
Well, that would add up.
Interaction. Yeah. Yeah, he said he was coming to check the land office to verify the deed and everything for the.
He's got a lot of money riding on the railroad construction going through that piece of land, so he wouldn't, I imagine, take too kindly to people squatting over there.
Well, good thing we're not squatting.
It's true.
I hope so. I truly do. It would be a shame.
It's just sarcasm. Can I read him at all? Just the way he's interacting with us right now.
It's pretty thick sarcasm. Yeah.
Okay. This asshole. No, I'm just kidding.
This motherfucker.
Well, Marshall, I look over to Bill and Caesar. Kind of like, you guys got anything else you want to say? Any interactions you have?
Have a good day, Sheriff Taint.
It's Marshall and it's Tate. You'd be good to get it right.
Still learning the language. Have a good fucking day.
No. He knows how to cuss well, don't he?
I believe those are the first words you learn. It's kind of required, I think, in this area. I just tip my hat to Marshall Tate and tell him have a good day. We're just gonna be in town for a short sprint. I gotta make a stop at the bank and pick up some supplies as well. You have a good day.
He nods at you.
I walk out with Bill and Caesar, and I look over at them and say, "What else we got on our to-do list? I need to stop at the bank because I forgot to do that last time we were here. I need to pick up my a salary since the last time I've done it, which has been like since Denver, I think.
Well, it would have been good to talk to Lee, but from what Taint over there said, he seems to have ridden out already.
Well, we could always check. Might be worth it to check. Never know.
Marshall, Lee Zen said that there were Japanese working for the railroad, right?
Yes.
In town, that they were. So, do I see any Japanese people, or do I see like a railroad office, or I don't know, anything like that?
The train station's still under construction right now. All of the Iron Dragon workers are there right now that stay in town, or they're probably the other end of the train line, as mentioned, Northern Star. But you're kind of in town square right now. We can bring it over there. Let's see.
And the Japanese working for them was probably referring to my gang, which we had met here.
Correct.
Already on our first visit.
So, yeah, you're kind of right here in the middle of town. And you see on the northeast there is where the little tent city is, and that's where all the Iron Dragon workers live.
I mean, we could check in the camp, maybe. I mean, Taint doesn't seem very smart. I'm sure he doesn't pay as much attention as he think he does. Maybe Lee's still here.
I think that's a good idea too. I think maybe we should also try to ask around some of the other individuals in town, see if they've might have any knowledge or when they last saw the land officer. Maybe we could get some idea of where they might have headed, if anyone may have saw him.
Honestly, my theory about the land officer is he just left. He seemed really nervous when Northern Star was brought up during our conversation with him. And he probably just decided to get out of here before something bad befalls him due to him signing our deed off with proper paperwork and all that.
Well, if I was a person living here in town, working in town, maybe the bank might know. Someone at the bank may have seen him.
I will let you guys...
If I'm leaving town, I'm going to take all my valuables with me.
I'll let y'all mull over what you want to do while we fade back over to a raging bull in the middle of charging Warren and Gale.
Oh my God, Gale! I think it's coming right at us.
You think?
I think so.
And I'm pretty sure I can split y'all up. Let's see.
You dare not.
Squish the map like tactiles or whatever, and just half and half on the foundry. Really thin us out.
Well, maybe I know there's a way to do it, but here we go. Yeah.
You know what's funny too? I feel like I'm thinking about it. I'm like, my smarts aren't good. Your smarts are incredible. The fact that I'm the one who's being like, you think, and you're like, man, shoot it. Like, it feels like it's almost opposite of what we should be doing. But I like it a lot.
I'm book smart, not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're not street smarts. You're book smarts.
I'm using the big map again. Sorry, but let's go ahead and get our action cards in.
Okay.
See who gets to act here in the action.
2 jokers. Come on, 2 jokers. All right. 2 jacks.
Dude, we're gonna get mad cow disease.
All right.
Called mad cow.
Literally mad cow disease.
That's from eating the beef.
Don't eat it.
Dude, I might eat it. I don't know.
All right, Warren, you are up first. What do you do?
I'm a book smart guy. Does it seem like I would have time to arm and drop my bear trap that I purchased in town?
Let's see.
Before this thing's on top of us. I know it's a wild request, but
Yeah. We say your hands are empty right now. Well, maybe not. Going through your pack would take the round, and then setting it the next round would take a round. So 2 rounds, you might barely make it. Depends on how well I roll. It's a gamble.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be badass, though. All right.
You gonna hop off the horse and put that bear trap down?
Yeah, I need to get off the horse.
I got plenty of ways to protect you. Don't you worry.
Protect me. I'm gonna be protecting you. You get behind me. And
Behind you.
You're the one with the big gun.
Oh, and Gail, you finally got some rest last night, unless you choose that you didn't want to.
No, she finally did. I think she's in a good mood. She definitely did.
All right, you may remove that level of fatigue.
Thank you, sir. Marshall.
Okay. Warren hops off the horse and prepares to use a power. I don't think I'm in range yet. Let me see. Range is small, so we're probably at like medium range here.
Depends on your weapon.
This is a power,
Oh.
and the range is SM.
The range is based on your
That's smarts.
your attribute.
Oh, that's smarts. That's what that means. All right. Yeah, so I just hop off the horse. I prepare my flamethrower, get it lit and ready. I'm not going to risk being run over while I'm setting a bear trap.
I was about to say, small range. Man, we're too late in this game for me not to know what that means. I'm like, small range.
Smarts. Got it. Okay. Yep, that's all I do.
Okay. Donna, 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 Donna. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got more time than anticipated here. It's so big, it doesn't even know what it's doing. Wait, I got you all selected there, and there we go.
Moo. Moo. Moo.
I just imagine the secret cow level from Diablo.
Diablo.
2, where like, it's like this thing's just going moo 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 moo.
Moo 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 moo.
Warren, where the hell are you trying to put that thing at?
What's that? Put what at? Oh,
I thought you were trying to put.
no, I'm not going to do that now.
Oh shit!
Not enough time.
All right. Shit.
Shoot it! Shoot her!
Shoot her!
Do I get a chip for knowing that reference?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'm just kidding. For now, what am I gonna do? One action, I'm going to cast Foresight, and then with another one, I'm going to shoot Penance at the cow.
Aight. -2.
Where's my gun at? Let me shoot you.
This has got to be the shortest initiative tracker we've ever had.
Yeah, I think so. Do you not have to roll for True Sight?
Oh, it being a power. I think I do actually. I'm so sorry. My spirit. I'm gonna roll for spirit first, I guess.
Is that your arcane?
Yeah, spirit is how I cast all of my abilities.
Not focused like me.
Yeah, I'm sure you should have a faith is yours, I believe.
Well, isn't that what it is? Spirit is faith.
It is.
Or do you want me to roll for faith to cast it? I'll do that.
So when you're casting a power, you're rolling your arcane background that's associated with it. Arcane background may not be the right term, but like Bill said, his is focus as a G master. Yours, I believe, is faith as a shaman.
Faith. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I'm getting excited. I just want to.
You just want to cow.
Fighting a fucking cow.
That's a fail. Do you want to use a chip?
Yes, I do.
Success. All right, we can keep your prior penance roll. That was a hit. If you want to go ahead and roll your damage.
Let me roll that motherfucking damage, baby.
Why is there a +2 on that roll? You should have a -2. Hold on.
What the fuck is Elan?
Back up a second. All right, your last faith roll. You have why is there a +2 on it?
That is a good question.
Should be a -2. That would have been a failure.
It doesn't tell me, like my mod thing, it doesn't tell me why. It just added that.
Joey, does Elan mean something to you?
Yeah, that was added to one of my edges whenever we leveled up. Elan is blah blah blah. Oh, that is why. Thank you, Ryan. When you spend a penny to reroll a trait, add +2 to the total.
Ah, okay, cool. So it would have canceled out.
Yeah,
there would have been a -2 on top of that, so it would cancel out. But that still would have been a success. That's all that matters. Okay. 13 damage. Okay, good shot. You see what looks like a small spark as you land your shot dead center and hear the sound of a bullet ricochet.
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 Oh shit!
That shit's got armor.
Moving on.
Wait. Uh-oh.
we're fighting a fucking cow. It's
Moving on.
It's a tank.
What you say?
Oh my god.
I like that one, Nico.
Like, someone has to make the dad jokes.
I'm rolling very poorly, so.
This is utterly ridiculous.
All right. I'm going to use a power, and my power is stun. So I'll roll to use that first.
Okay.
I will roll weird science for that.
Stunner.
Got it. Okay. So then Warren produces this billiard ball sized piece of metal with like a strip around it. He pushes an indentation on it and starts to beep some sort of weird sound, and steam starts to eject out of one side of it. And he rolls it like a bowling ball underneath the feet of this cow.
Whoa.
And
Love the flavor tonight.
use skill.
Quite delicious.
Wait. Persuasion.
Persuade me.
I'm sorry, why I'm rolling that, I don't know. That was just on the skill. Sorry, let me see.
Might I suggest you are stunned?
168. Stun. Oh, they need to make a vigor roll.
Yeah, I think we did this last fight, if I remember. Success on the vigor.
It. Damn. That's a big dice.
A big bowl.
It is a cow.
Okay, well, we're fucked.
Yeah, cow's kind of bullshit.
These are great.
Was that
Okay.
Can you you move or anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move. I'll move my 6 paces this way to the south. Hey, the game is paused.
Oh, my bad.
Get to moving.
Nope, that was one too many. Oh! Is this is essentially like a flashbang that goes off. It just goes off too late. As the steer is charging over it, the light goes underneath its body, causing no effect.
Okay.
And then Warren turns and runs.
I go.
Are you guys on horseback?
Yeah.
They were. I don't know. I don't think Gail got down, but Warren did.
Is this like some kind of bovine intervention?
Oh my god, you guys need to cut it out right now.
So it like I shot it, but it deflected. The things that we're trying to do to it ain't working. Damn. Yeah, I ain't risking my life when we're trying to build one. Yeah, no, I'm. Oof. Warren, are you headed back like running away?
He's kind of like screaming and running to get away. Not screaming, but like yelling and trying to get out of this thing's warpath, more or less. Trying to buy a little bit of time. I don't know what the hell I'm doing now. I'll figure that out between now and then.
All right. I'm gonna take one action to move as far as I can away from it on horseback,
Okay.
and 2 actions to not fully obviously, but attempt to finish reloading the gun.
Okay. Roll d12. Okay. Noted.
Is that a
Hoofing it out of there?
can I chip it? Is that a fail?
No, it's your pace run. You can chip it if you want.
Oh, okay.
15.
Well, I don't want to get Warren in the middle of it. I can put range on it, but the cow's paying attention to me, right?
I mean, it was heading towards both of you guys. It hasn't had a chance to change its course of action quite yet.
Then so I can move 12 squares then.
15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Okay.
It's a bull, right?
Yes. Well, it's a steer. It's a bull steer.
6.
Some bullshit.
I've already made that one. Come up with a new one.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
That's going to be it for me.
We can't make the same ones. We have to keep making new ones.
All right, round 3, and we will.
Running out.
I need one more action to finish reload, and then I have 2 more actions.
Right. Gail's trotting around the bull as Warren screams for his life.
Warren, keep on your fucking horse. Don't get off.
I already got off my horse.
Oh, fuck. I didn't realize.
Panning back over to the town.
The stuff's going well, I assume, back at the ranch. You know, they're Warren and I'm just chatting it up with Bill and Caesar. I'm like, yeah,
having a nice cocktail right now, and
Dude,
Head goes up, and
It
he's like,
shouldn't be an issue at all. I'm sure everything's going fine.
My pea brain didn't realize I would have picked up Warren if I could have. Damn it.
yeah, Caesar's head goes up. Anyone else smell burgers?
Did you know that a steer is a castrated bull? Little fun fact. I'm sure it's not relevant to anything.
Interesting. So, where'd you learn that info, Bill?
Oh, I've got this little book.
called Google.
Bill,
Is
Caesar,
that really how quickly they can charge?
What are you talking about?
I'm looking at your little book there.
Oh. So, no, I didn't say that I showed you the book. I just said that I have a book. Anyhow,
I mean,
we're in
really,
the,
Caesar, has Bill ever steered you wrong?
God damn it. Okay, what are you guys doing, or I'm going to skip back to the fight?
all right.
Go to the fucking the Iron Dragon camp. Northeast.
yes, Tent Town.
It is nearly abandoned. You walk through the town, you see a woman who looks like she's carrying a chicken upside down. I'm going to probably give her a good plucking. See a couple people in their tent. They look like they're chilling in bed. You see one with a bandaged foot up. Maybe the other one's coughing and maybe has a cold. Very few people in Tin Town right now.
You guys, you don't want to try to ask around?
Yeah, we should ask if Lee's here or where he headed out to, at least, if he isn't.
Yeah, Bill says to the nearest person, Lee Chen or Lee Zen. Do you know where he is?
We'll say maybe the woman that was passing by.
Yeah, chicken lady.
She says, Lee Zen?
Lee Zen. Where?
She nods. Lee Zen.
And I point to the left. I point to the right. And I shrug my shoulders.
She looks at you confused and says something in Mandarin to you.
I pull out my Google Translate. Well, does she? I express that I don't understand what she's saying with a confused look on my face.
She just kind of doesn't. She responds in a similar fashion, and it says more things in a different language.
Anyone here speak English?
You don't get
say
it
that like loud so anyone around can hear it.
No immediate response. Pretty empty, like echoes, and you see a tumbleweed go by.
I turn to Buckskin. I say, might as well cut back to the mad cow fight.
Yeah, guess ain't no one here. Maybe we can swing by the bank real quick though. What do you think?
Sure.
Do you guys need any supplies while we're here? Do we need anyone need to get anything?
I'm good.
I'm gonna stroll up to wherever the bank is at. I assume I kind of know where it's at.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me confirm real quick. Going back. So
not a big deal, but I didn't notice the little cards as they scroll by. Bill is now a veteran instead of just seasoned.
Those cards aren't even right. Y'all are more stronger than those. I keep forgetting to update them, unfortunately.
You're stronger. Or...
No big.
So the bank is. I'm sorry, I have too much crap up. I can't see. This building right here.
Cool beans. That's where I'm going. Fuck is going.
Should we pick up some community nuts for Warren on the way back?
Maybe we do that. We pick up some just general odds and ends might be helpful too from the general store. Some nice food. Maybe some nice food for the group. Get some chocolate bars or something. I don't know. I'm sure they got them.
I think we went over chocolate like every time we've been here, and each time the response has been, "No, we're a fucking dirt hole. Stop asking about it."
Oh, we really want some chocolate. All right. Yeah, you answer in. There is one clerk behind a barred kind of enclave.
Okay,
one person,
and
speaking of one person that's in front right now.
I'm just going to step in and just take my hat off and stand and just wait for them to call me up. Kind of glanced around the bank, though, just looking around.
Okay, I gotta get to work. I got some customers. Okay. Hello. What can I do for you?
Yeah, how you doing? I'm Ranger William Madsen. I'm here to collect my pay.
All right. Do you have a voucher?
Do I have a voucher? I assume I do.
Yeah. He basically gave you a voucher, said hand it into any bank. Let's see.
So Denver was the last time I'm 95% sure that's the last time I collected pay.
Yeah, so what, about 4 months ago?
Yeah.
Damn. Ooh.
Yeah, Buckskin's just rolling in dough compared to the rest of us.
And you got a pay hike, I believe, as well. To
a promotion.
Yeah, so you are at, let's see.
$1 million.
$1 million.
He looks at the voucher and you see him go behind the counter. And he begins counting. Takes out a stack of bills. All right.
Just watching him.
20, 40, 60. 1, 20, 40, 60. 2, 20, 40. Stacks it. There you are. $240, sir.
Well, thank you kindly, sir. May I ask your name?
Noble.
It was 240, right? That's what you said.
240, yep.
Sorry. Noble.
Yes, sir. Noble Vincent.
I like living in this here town. Seems pretty nice so far.
It's a dump.
Okay. Well,
I only got one customer, but I'm hoping the railroad changes that soon.
well, it's looking on the up and up, I think. Say, have you had any interactions with the land officer? I can't remember their name.
Oh.
Was like
Landman.
The
land
landman.
officer.
Interact with
Mil-
the
Mr. Deeds.
Milton
Mr. Deeds. Do you remember?
Milton Fisher.
Mr. Deeds.
No, I think I saw Milton ride just past the other day. It looked like he was heading out of town.
Do you know which way he was heading?
It looked like he's heading up, maybe north.
Did you have any interaction with him before that?
No, sir.
I'm not meaning to pry. I just
No, sir.
apparently he hadn't been seen in a little bit.
I only saw him because he stopped at Gloucester's, and then he went up north through the town,
Gloucester's. That's the
right across the street.
general store, right?
Yes, sir. Dry goods.
Okay, so he stopped there before he rode out.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, hey, Noble, I appreciate your information. And you have a very fine day.
Well, if you, that's quite some money you have there, sir. Might I interest you in opening an account, perhaps? Keep it secure someplace. If you appreciate my help and all that is.
We're going to be sticking around for a little bit, and I will be back to do that at some point. I just don't have the time at the moment. I apologize.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that now.
I'll be back.
And they never came back again.
All right, and he's got kind of a.
Unless I die.
He's of course got the traditional kind of white undershirt with a armband around the side, bowler hat, spectacles, and kind of nods his hat at you. Bids you a good day.
Is he an older gentleman or
No,
my age?
he's like late 20s.
His name was Noble.
Noble.
He didn't give his last name.
Mm-mm.
That'd be fine. All right, sir. You have a good day.
Good day.
Noble. Take it easy. And I just kind of stroll out, put my hat back on, walk down the steps to Bill and Caesar, and look over to them. I was like, well, it's payday. It's always nice when that happens. I did have an interesting conversation, though, with the bank clerk in there. His name is Noble. He saw the land officer, Milton Fisher, heading out of town, he said about a day ago or so, a couple days ago, heading north. But he stopped at Gloucester's before he headed out. So maybe we stop over there and have a quick conversation.
Might be a good idea, yeah.
Seems like a good lead. It's better than anything else we got, I guess.
I
Yeah,
hope
we roll.
Gail and Warren are doing good back there.
I'm sure they're fine. They're fine.
No doubt.
That snake's dead. There can't be anything else
Dead
out there that
snake.
can hurt them.
Hold still! Hold still! Just like-
The cutaway joke.
Warren running through a field.
Just screaming.
The literal steam coming out of this bull's nose as he's coming out, gaining on you behind you.
Then it cuts to like behind a hill, and then you just see Warren flying through the air doing pirouettes above.
We'll see about that.
All right.
That's probably gonna happen.
Are you going to Gloucester's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You open the door, you hear a little bell ring. Guten Tag. Are
Yes, good day,
are you ready for my incredibly good German accent?
Yeah, gluten tag or whatever.
Wie geht's, mein guten Freunde? Was hast du denkst?
Okay, Joey. What can I sell you today?
Well, I don't know yet. I'm not going to be in here too long. We were just passing through, but Mr. Glasser, I was hoping maybe you could help me out here. I'm Ranger Madsen. I believe we've met before. As we purchased some things. I was talking over to the bank clerk Noble across the street.
Yeah?
And we've been looking for the land officer, Milton Fisher. And he said he had stopped in here a couple days ago before he had kind of trotted out of town. I was wondering if you had any interaction or any conversation you might have had with Milton.
Oh, yes, indeed. But I apologies, but lately the Northern Star Cowboys haven't been here very much, and my profits, they have been suffering, so it's been quite difficult lately to make ends meet. Hard to recall.
God, I'm like, you got any beef jerky or anything I could purchase? I'd like to buy some fine coffee if you have any of that.
You got a bag of nuts.
He
Nuts too.
gives you a disappointed expression. Yeah, over there.
I also pull out, since I just got some money, I pull out $20.
His eyes light up.
I put it on the countertop.
That's a lot.
I'm like, I also got this here. I found this recently. Maybe you could help me out.
Oh, it's so funny how we come across things, isn't it? Oh, now that you mention it, yes, Milton came in the other day. He was buying some dry goods. I think he was going on some kind of trip.
He fucking ran away.
But, I saw the most peculiar thing shortly after that. He kind of does the whole finger roll on the $20.
Yeah, I'm happy to have him take it. Any info?
Oh, no. Yeah. He already took that.
Yeah, that's fine. He's indicating I'll pull out another $5, $10. We'll say 10.
He kind of
put 10 down.
He's a bigger man, he's an older dude, bigger guy. He kind of leans in close though to you. I swear I saw his very horse in the livery just today. Seems a bit odd.
I'd say you reach for that cup empty.
Yeah, I know. Damn it.
God.
That is
and with that
right here in town.
And with that,
sorry,
odd hook. We pan over to Warren screaming.
That's that whole stale.
Shoot it!
We hop back over and bring the Watcher.
Warren, get on the horse.
Your
fucking horse.
All right.
And I'm running too fast.
We'll say your horse is keeping pace with you, a little confused as to what's going on as the bull gains on you. Let's see if it catches up.
Our diagonal double.
Oh no.
Guess what? It do.
He's about to go flying like I predicted.
Oh no, Warren.
Wow.
I'm picturing
my
what's that
toughness is
meme of
9.
that? What's that meme of that little girl and she's like a fat little girl running away from something? And I pictured like Warren running from a bull like that.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah. All right.
And she's running away from a monkey on a bicycle.
What the fuck? Okay.
See, I have dodge, but I think that might be
Oh, I have
ranged.
dodge, too.
I'm sorry. I keep saying bull now. The steer.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna catch up and it's gonna rear its horns at you and try to give you
It said
good
it-
gore. Yeah, what?
ow.
Just to say real quick, because he did say he had dodge. The hero can anticipate attacks or move erratically under fire. Oh, under fire.
Yeah, I think it's ranged.
If it's ranged, then never mind.
It attempts to gore you. What is your parry?
My parry, 2.
Unless you have some.
2. You are the wrong
6
person
is
to be in this situation.
My toughness is 9.
I thought 6 was the base for parry.
How? Yeah, you. I don't think you can have a 2 parry.
I've never been asked.
I have a 2 parry.
You do?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you do have a 2 parry. Hold on. Let's see here.
I am kind of like a caster class, so
That's true.
The two caster class.
But like as
kill
you,
me!
well, as he kind of mentioned, it hasn't really come up. So let's just confirm real quick.
Okay. I have some good old.
Yeah. So if you, I'm assuming you guys don't have any fighting skills, do you?
Fighting. Let me see.
We didn't really think this through.
I have
like-
shooting. I don't have fighting.
What you mean, leaving the 2 squishy people behind while you went shopping? Yeah, maybe not.
Hey, but this is our decision. We all decided on this, so.
So yeah, your parry score is 2 plus half your fighting dice. So 2 would make sense, unfortunately, which also means that is a raise. Excuse me.
Burn it.
You'll be all right, Warren.
Dust yourself off, buddy.
Dust off that salt.
Oh man, what, your arm is looking weird.
Yeah, maybe it shouldn't be bended backwards like that. You look like a
A
bird.
cashew nut.
Jesus.
You look like a cashew.
That's kind of weird. I don't think your spine should be bending like that.
Oh,
Your
I
back
didn't know.
always looked like that.
No.
So give me a sec because there's missing information on the attack here. Give me a sec to try to hunt this down.
Well, it's been nice serving with you boys.
You're gonna be
You'll be
killed by a
fine.
mad cow.
Steer meat.
I'm sure some of the ranch hands will help at some point.
The one that was with you is gone.
Say it out loud. He's not gonna let it happen.
Yeah, I regret not coming with you because I would have easily fucking killed that thing with my first strike and shit.
Yeah, it's almost like it was meant for a full party. I don't know.
Fuck that. We got the DPS here.
Yeah.
Use your flamethrower.
It's gonna do 6 damage and then it's gonna run me over.
Bro, now when it launches you into the air with its horn, just point the flamethrower down and blast away.
There you go.
Yeah, this
Just
isn't right because it also
Keep
says the
flying.
cow has currency on here. So give me 1 sec.
I'm going to look up. What do we know off the top of our heads? What page is like mounted combat? I mean, I guess it would be combat, but
What are you looking up exactly?
like not chases or anything, but like if I'm still on my horse, I want to utilize like my 3 actions to like use 1 action, numb or heal Warren. Maybe I shouldn't say it out loud. I don't want our marshal to hear it.
Shut up, you. I'm not listening anyway.
The only negative you get is if you're shooting off horseback, you have to use riding if it's lower than your shooting, don't you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why this is incomplete, but I got the information I need. Let me just fill it out real quick. That's the first
That's why I
fun
got
bit.
off the horse.
Yeah, you're definitely off the horse.
Kill me.
Oh boy, are you ever off that horse?
Did you say
I mean-
kill me? Kill me!
I've come the closest. I've come the closest to dying in the group thus far, but Warren might give me a run for my money.
How odd.
Then I had to fight massive bat creatures. You're just fighting a cow.
Oh, it goes in here. Okay.
It's not just a cow, mind you. Okay.
It's a steer.
Yeah, and it's weird. I shot it and like it like veered off of its flesh, like it banged off of like hard metal or something.
It is a cannibal.
Yeah, it's not
Is it like
just
slowly?
Come on, Buckskin deflected
like-
bullets the first day we met him.
You guys are eating nuts in town, holding hands. We're out here working.
It's like a kumbaya.
yeah.
Meanwhile,
Have a
back in
grand old
town.
time.
Is this
Meanwhile,
steer
back
like
in
giving
town.
birth to Ace Ventura right now? Like remember when he's in the rhino costume and he's just like, "Wah."
Meanwhile, back in town, Yahtzee.
I said keep fucking running.
I can't. My leg.
Go fish.
All right, we're gonna.
Oh, that's good.
I feel
That's
bad
good.
for us being split up now.
Well, ignore that roll. I'm just
Thank God.
making sure. That
Yeah, that would be instant death.
okay.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. I've been watching way
Stick
too
the
much
bowl
Star Wars
by the
lately.
horns.
Do it.
Come
Do it.
side, young Skywalker.
Yeah, it seems because this wasn't in there properly, it might be Baroque. Let's see.
Baroque?
A Baroque?
I love that musician.
Anyway, so it's this plus 1d6. Let's see if this works.
One.
Would you willing to have? Oh my God!
17.
Great.
It
I love that.
Can I
Catches
change the
up
story
and-
by rolling a penny?
just lifts you off your feet, gores ya. Gores ya. There is a calculator you should be able to click on. Let's see. Maybe because it's broken, it's not going to let you. It normally lets you count it up. So anyway, what is your toughness?
9.
9. Okay. So
Is this Bennyable? Or I mean,
yes.
Benner for Lopez is what I said. I meant, is this
Change the
tippable?
story. Can we make it to where you didn't get to charge him?
No, but let's see. So that is a shaken and 2 wounds. You may use a chip to soak that damage, and you could potentially soak it all.
Oh yeah.
So you just burn a chip and roll your vigor.
He's got dynamite.
Oh God!
Get him.
He's holding a thermal detonator.
Nice.
Oh, Warren.
It's meant to be.
And that's the
It
cow's
was
turn.
nice knowing you.
And now it's your turn.
All right. Well, that changes things.
You are still shaken. You may spend another chip to automatically remove it if you wish.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
For the love of God, Warren, get on the horse or come on mine.
Sorry, what?
Come on,
You want
mine.
him to?
There's no time for that.
What the hell is the problem here?
Where is my horse? Is
Y'all
my
are
horse
awful.
anywhere nearby?
Yeah, your horse is keeping pace with you. I'm gonna be.
Joey, just think slowly what you said.
Your horse is keeping pace with you.
Get your
Get
head
on
out
your
of the gutter.
horse.
It's a good horse.
Can I get on the horse and then ride the horse?
You can roll either an athletics or riding to jump on it while mid run. Whichever is
Easy.
higher for you, you may roll.
I shouldn't have said that.
Would you like to spend another chip?
Yeah, let's do it.
How many chips do you have left?
1. Can't spend them if you're dead.
He's not wrong.
It's true. This is true.
There we go.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, those wounds really, it's a slippery slope when you get hurt in this game for sure. All right, you're mounted.
I'm gonna ride. So
Ride, bully, ride.
that D12 plus 12.
Just a 12. If you wanted to run the horse, I would give you another -2 on your check just then.
Yep.
Those dice.
No, you don't have to roll. Your horse can move 12 paces. Period.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Run for your life!
I'm on horseback. I can't run. I'm on horseback.
I do that and then I end my turn. Let me do that.
All right. My 3 actions. I'm gonna use the first one to finish reloading penance. Second one, I'm going to. I've already cast Farsight on myself, so second one, I'm going to shoot at the cow, and then third, I'm going to make a movement away, coinciding with Warren.
All right, so you are still in the process of reloading. You'll have to use an action this round to continue to complete the reload, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant. First
Okay.
action, reload. Second, to shoot. Third, to move.
Okay, so yeah, just -2 on your shoot then.
Okay.
And you can shoot on moving stuff.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
believe, right?
marksman. So that gets negated then, doesn't it? I have steady hands while I'm on a horseback.
But that's a multi-action penalty you're getting applied here.
You get a multi-action penalty. And keep in mind too, since you are on horseback, you're rolling. If riding is lower than you're shooting, you're rolling riding instead of shooting.
Riding is lower than shooting.
That's what you would roll to shoot.
Okay. So riding instead. All right, got it.
Yeah, but you can. Yeah, I remember you having something that negated the unstable platform deal.
So I'm rolling. I gain a -2 for the. Am I looking at the pop out right for the writing thing? It's just giving me writing die 6 and then mod ? It's not giving me any of the options to, like.
Yeah, just write a -2 in there.
All right.
And for the record, I'm gonna let the first one go just because that was just so brutal on poor Warren.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay. Typically, when you leave melee combat, Warren, you do invoke an AOP.
Oh. There's no way to not provoke, like with athletics or something.
I think there's an edge.
Don't you have dodge? Oh wait, no, that's with projectile. Sorry.
Well, you tell me.
It would be an edge.
I'm good with whatever.
Or you can injure whoever you're fighting to the point if you shake them, you can leave combat with no repercussions. If you're shaken, you can't AOP on people.
Man, I don't think this is gonna work out too well. Ryden, come on now.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Beautiful. All right. Now for gun to shoot.
Don't forget the target.
Oh,
Too late.
it actually doesn't.
Doesn't
Click on it.
what?
It doesn't. I'm clicking on the cow and it's not letting me.
Double right click.
There you go.
I thought it was just a simple click on a fault.
But anyway, so again, bing. Unfortunately, bullet ricochets right off.
This ain't going too well, Warren. I think we need to get the fuck out of here.
All right.
The damage ricochets.
The bullet ricochets off the horse or the steer.
He's too strong. We gotta run.
I can't hear you from this distance. Open your mouth and talk proper.
All right, and you still have a move.
All right. Which dice do I have to roll to? What was it,
D12.
die 12? Yes.
Well, if you're running, that would invoke more negatives on all the other stuff you just did. So just 12 spaces.
Okay. I think we're trying to get the fuck out of here. So yeah,
Okay.
just 12 spaces then.
All right. Yeah. So are both of you backing out?
Yeah, I think if we're not able to kill this fucking cow on our own, all of my shots have ricocheted. No, we're getting the hell out of here.
I mean, I think this is just showing who's the most important members in the party.
So, despite the monstrous size of this steer, it still cannot keep pace with horses. And we don't have to do a chase. You will eventually outrun it, and it will give up. They're more of, sprinters than, long distance runners anyway.
Very dangerous over short distances.
There we go. Thank you.
You hear the voice of
We've clocked a bull at 32 miles an hour.
It is going on 12:45. We are way past our quick breakerino. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we will go back to the town's posse in the town. Anyway, quick break. Be right back.
Quick break.
Rocky Mountain oysters, I'm sure.
Let's just not talk about cats and dogs.
So
That guy.
Gloucester mentioned that he saw the same horse at the livery. What are you doing? Might as well drag you guys on over here now as well.
Okay, so we left Gloucester's.
If you choose to do so.
I was going to leave it up to Bill and Caesar. I didn't know if they wanted to have any interactions. I mean, I've just been spending, my hard-earned money, my ranger money, getting info.
My name is Gloucester.
Have at it, money bags.
I'm just the accountant in my billfolds.
I think that did put you at the wealthiest in the party officially.
Oh, man.
Rob him.
I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah, imagine having a job.
Imagine working for a living.
What are y'all doing?
Yeah, we're going to the livery.
Okay.
I guess we're going to the livery.
All right.
We can go live.
Yeah, you go there and you see a red-haired man, big red beard, kind of like Amish style beard, has a dirty white apron, black and white striped pants, working on a wagon wheel. The livery's open right now. Big barn gates open, and you can see some stalls in there and a wagon or two.
Yeah, damn it. Now I've got wagon wheel stuck in my head.
That's a good song. But the original, can't remember the name of the band. Old Crow Medicine Soul version. That's the one. Never mind. I just walk in with Bill and Caesar, and kind of announce them, knock a little bit and say howdy.
Afternoon. Can I do for you?
I was here to just ask you a couple quick questions. We're kind of looking for an individual, Mr. Milton Fisher. I'm sure you know who he is from the land office. I understand his horse is still here.
Well, horse did come in the other day. Milton didn't bring it in, though. That horse right over there. And we'll say for dramatic effect, this is kind of like, we'll say maybe Bill's cornering into the view of the open doors as he says that. And as you say that, Caesar, oh, well, there's a fellow right there.
We get it. So Bill says, Bill just like looks over at Buckskin and Caesar and gives a tiny smile. Says, well, about that, I'm here for my horse.
Oh,
Actually, I don't know. Can Bill do that? Can he lie? I mean,
You're asking us out loud. These are internal questions,
no.
brother.
well, no. Obviously, I'm asking the marshal here.
you never did tell me how long you're gonna keep your coach here either, there, stranger.
So pause the game for a second. Bill has a code of honor. Honor is very important to him. He keeps his word. He doesn't abuse or kill prisoners, etc. But this is a separate situation, I think.
Odd one.
Yeah. So I think that Bill will allow himself to lie and do so obviously in front of Caesar and Buckskin, and say, well, it's probably time I collect everything I've got.
Oh, okay. That'll just be $5 then for the night stay. Coach would be a little bit more, of course. Been here a bit longer.
How long has it been?
Oh, I want to say a good few weeks, maybe more, 2 months or so since you arrived, sir.
Right. Been a crazy couple months. All right, so Scar, he's saying that I have a horse and a wagon?
Coach.
Or a coach?
Full coach,
what's
yeah.
the difference?
Coach is like a full enclosed thing specifically intended to transport people.
For sure.
But it would take more than one horse,
Yes.
or no?
Even the more basic coaches would require 4 horses.
I see.
You see 2 coach horses in movies sometimes, or 2 horse coaches in movies sometimes. That is not real. Those poor horses.
All right, so well, let's check on things first before we settle a payment. Where are you keeping that now?
Oh, the coach is right over here. And he kind of opens a big barn door. As you pass by a couple other coaches, one's kind of like a more of your traditional caravan wagon. Another coach, totally different looking coach, looks a little bit more beaten down, and then a nice navy blue coach. He indicates that's yours.
I'm glad he indicated. So yeah, go for that one and climb aboard or open the door and enter to
Probably
see what I can
first.
see. Well, yeah.
Sorry.
Roll a notice.
Same thing. Sure.
Let us see.
Let us. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Looks like a pass and a raise.
You find a map that begins on the west coast, where the maze is, goes down to Denver, goes through Arkansas, and then loops back around the top of Denver, or top of Colorado rather, up into Wyoming. You also see another path starting in around San Antonio, Texas, going up through New Mexico, up through Denver, up to Wyoming. Both of the pathways lead to Dirtwater.
The path from Texas is my path. The path from the maze is his path.
You also see circled on the map. I am just my brain lately. I am tired, you guys. Fuck. fucking
Take your time. Or
I'm so
Get an
I'm,
Irish coffee.
I'm trying to squeeze it
Bill
out.
pockets that map.
Deadwood. Deadwood.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, he pockets that map, and of course, as always, the number one thing on his mind is his family sword. Doesn't see that. Doesn't see any evidence of it.
Mm-mm.
Does he see anything else?
Nothing of notice. Very nice coach. Very clean.
Anybody got any ideas? I'm at a loss.
I don't think me and Warren are present, are we?
No.
How fast were you riding? How fast were you riding? Come storming in the stables.
Yeah, definitely not
A
present.
giant bull.
It takes hours to get here.
Yeah, there's no way.
I think Buck just initially just gonna kind of like I apologize. Forgot to introduce myself. I'm Ranger William Madsen. Could I get your name, sir?
Excuse me. Yeah, pleasure to meet you. My name's Josiah.
Josiah? Or
Josiah. J-E.
Just
Common mistake.
Just like it sounds.
J-E-S-I-A.
It is Josiah. I'm sorry. Josiah with an O. Josiah Johnson.
The coach, and says, "Well, everything looks in order. Why don't you hang on to this for a little bit longer? I'll settle up with you later."
Oh, you don't want it then?
Yeah, let's keep the coach here. I'll just take my horse.
Okay.
$5 bill.
Oh, thank goodness. Not that foreign money this time. Thank you.
Josiah, if I might ask, so Milton Fisher rode out of town just not too long ago. He rode out on a horse. Did he acquire that from you?
No. I was hoping he would, but he seemed like he was still trying to make his way. I've got the best eye for horse flesh in town, but I don't sell them for cheap. I think I give good prices for good horses, but it wasn't mine that he had. I never saw his horse. I never saw that he rode one. I figured he came in one of the coaches that came through town, but normally unload them near the saloon, and then the coachmaster would bring it over here, and they're normally the only people I see, unless it's someone coming in on horseback.
All right. Well, you're saying the person that delivered this looked like my friend over here.
No,
He looks confused.
The person who delivered it was me. I'm the one.
I'm sorry.
Of course, I look like myself. You
Words don't
son
come
of
out
a
clean.
bitch! I point at the guy.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
No.
He
I
doesn't
start
tell me,
a fight. I start a fight with the guy. I say, money's money. You should take foreign money. It's good. And I'm just trying to start some shit with this guy so that when my doppelganger comes back, he's got a problem.
I told you last time. I mean, it's fine. It's just I can't do anything with brass.
You and Bill's just like totally acting and awkward. His friends can see this, but this guy doesn't know. And Bill's just like, you. And I don't know. He calls him out for whatever he can, You
give it to him, Bill.
Yeah, I don't know. He makes fun of the guy's appearance in some way, and just Yeah, poking a finger at the guy.
My mom always said my ears were normal size. He looks really sad. Just
Oh, what the fuck?
He's just like leaning with his back up against the post and is just laughing into his hand, trying not to make too much noise while doing it.
Bill looks back at Buckskin and Caesar and kind of gives them almost like an apologetic face, and then he turns back to the guy and he spits on the guy.
Hey, I'm gonna go get the marshal if you keep acting like that.
All right then, and Bill storms out.
Buck's gonna walk up to Josiah and just hand him, another $5 and be like, I'm sorry, my boss, he gets. The rest of us minions ain't very intelligent sometimes, but he gets mad when we say dumb stuff.
Y'all are weird, folks.
Yeah, well, here, have $5 though.
Okay.
Get yourself a beer. There you go.
Caesar starts walking off and just like, speak for yourself, Buck.
I don't drink, but I'll go get some chocolate from Gloucester with this.
Oh, he's got chocolate?
Absolute loser.
At that moment, Caesar's legs just spin up and.
I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. Okay. What? Anything else in town?
I don't believe so. I don't have anything else to do here.
Well, so we know Bill's lookalike is here. He left his a horse and the carriage. Maybe let's just double check in the saloon and ask the barkeep there if he's seen recently a guy that looks like our Bill, because the horse got delivered just the other day. So
is Bill with you?
Yeah, I'll
I think
hang
we all work
back
together.
But yeah, I'll let Caesar lead this. So Bill's, got his hat down, kind of hiding his face so that Caesar can talk about him without pointing at him.
Important. That's what I was just getting to. Was this guy here yesterday? I don't know. Ask him.
Bill, before we go in, do you have that wanted poster? I'm not going to describe how you look to him when you're. Yeah, I'll grab the wanted poster.
Yeah, Milton Fisher is the government land office guy.
Yes, he's the land officer.
That was like 10 minutes ago, Gail.
Yeah.
I just wanted to. I'm throwing names out. I'm sorry. You said it's a person.
I'll go walk towards the bar. Obviously, pick up some of the community knocks off a table. Go up to the bar and. Could I get a shot of whiskey? And also, I pull out the wanted poster. Did you see this man here the other day at all?
All right, so let's see. That I'm just double checking the name. So the Watering Hole Saloon is the one you go into. That's pretty much across the street from the library, and it's the same guy that is working there, Rufus. I believe he had a bald head, big red mustache. No, wanted? No, you were just with this guy the other night, like a few weeks back.
Yeah, it's a long story. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but
fair enough.
No, we apparently. He was here just the other day in town, and I was wondering if you maybe saw him, where he was headed. So.
Last time I saw him, he was with well, it wasn't with you, but he points at Bucks and he's with you. Remember y'all sliding glasses around and having a good time. Looked like you were celebrating maybe I see it a lot. They call them death anniversaries. Sometimes they'll buy a glass of whiskey and put it at an empty seat and just reminisce. Sorry for your loss if that was the case.
Nah, it's all right.
And you obviously know the town probably the best out of anyone here. You're the barkeep after all. You know rumors and all that. You happen to know perhaps why Mr. Milton Fisher headed out of town a few days back?
Milton didn't come in here much. Always a busybody. No, can't say I do. I know he would run surveys across the land doing his work. You could always try Han's Saloon over in the tin area with all the Iron Dragon boys. They go there. The little makeshift saloon they got going over there. It's not a bad place. Not a quality of the watering hole, of course, but...
You're saying Mr. Fisher frequented the Iron Dragon little watering hole?
No, I'm just saying that might be another place you can ask if you're just trying to ask around town. None of the Iron Dragon guys really coming here, but some of the English-speaking ones may have seen them. I'm just trying to help.
Well, the help is appreciated. Buckskin, you have anything to ask here? Or?
No, I don't think so. Is the Iron Dragon saloon that they have in their tent over there, is that easily identifiable?
Oh, it's honest question. It's a bigger tent. Really, the only discerning thing is you'll see a sign in front of it, both in English and in Chinese. The English part says it's Hans, but big giveaway is when at nighttime you'll see a lot of ruckus coming out of it. Pretty big saloon, about the size of a house, so it'll be bigger than all the other tents back there. More of and probably turn it into a permanent establishment if any of the Iron Dragon folks stay there, or Hans for that matter.
All right, sounds good. Well, Rufus, I appreciate your time.
Thank you for your help. I'll finish my glass of whiskey, pay whatever that is, and add an additional $1.50 as a tip for the info.
God damn.
He's got money.
Look,
everyone's slinging that bread around, man.
The way I'm thinking right now is we have to deal with this town for the foreseeable, at least maybe month. I'd rather get on their good graces right now.
Very smart.
Or we could just burn it down, but whatever.
Oh, God.
You can always go back to that idea. It was... I want to say 5 cents. I just want to double check. I feel like this is something I need to retain the memory, but just because it is what it is. 10 cents. Beer is 5 cents. Okay. So 10 cents and $1.50. $1.60, I suppose.
Thank you. Well, Buck, I think we should head back to the tent village now that we actually know who to talk to.
Yeah, at least where to look, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right. And just to pan back to Gail and Warren, you guys are trotting along. You're almost back at the ranch. Warren, you got a pretty nasty wound on you. What are y'all's plans?
I'm literally I'm riding up as close as I can to him. I'm casting heal on him to try to prevent this from becoming too bad. I go,
I'm dying, Gail. It got me.
You're not fucking dying. Relax.
Just
Take a
get
breath.
black.
No, that's just when you close your eyes, you see black.
No.
Open your eyes, you dumbass.
It hurts too bad.
Open your eyes.
It hurts when I open them.
I literally forcefully push them open.
It stabbed me, I think.
You can see. Look. And I literally, because I know he's gonna be okay, I slap him on the back of the head. I go, pay attention. Damn.
Man, I don't need you to add to it.
Well, I'm contributing to it, is what it was. So we need to think. We need to think about it. Okay,
I'm not adding to it. I'm contributing to it.
It's a little nicer word.
Yeah.
It's a nicer word. So listen, we have obviously that ridiculous thing. I shot 2 bullets from penance at that damn thing, and both of them ricocheted. We did fight werewolves the other night. It seemed like bullets might have worked, but they didn't. Maybe magic and silver work to certain magical beings or something. I don't rightly know. But now I'm starting to get concerned of. Oh God, what time of day is it right now, Marshall?
Afternoon.
We need to use some kind of magical ability, possibly, or silver, or something against that thing. Maybe we're just not good enough at it. Warren?
If I just had enough time to get my bear trap out, that would have been different.
Yeah, maybe the bear trap would have kilted it over.
Yeah.
If you're thinking there is some occult at foot with this being, you may definitely roll it.
I like the idea of magic and findangling or whatever, but what about if we just dug a deep hole and we'd lure it and tricked it to fall in the deep hole?
How are we going to lure a big, ridiculous bull into a hole? Oh,
on the other side of it, like, hey.
Oh. What's the roll for that, Marshall?
You're cold if you have it.
I do not.
Oh, sorry.
I got you. I got you.
Okay.
And Gale's
I'll tell you everything I know about that damn bull right there. That bull.
That I want you to know that ho was not Gale.
All right. Well, maybe I don't know what. I'm going to use my last chip to attempt this again.
Okay.
You didn't heal my wounds, did you?
I'm attempting to. I do have heal.
Okay. Never mind.
So I gotta lay on hands on you, basically. I gotta touch you though.
Ooh.
I'd rather you not.
I'm gonna touch you.
Fail again. You are unsure.
Big ass bull deer.
I remove wounds less than an hour old, so I still have to roll for it though. And that is also using the faith.
Use the faith.
Success.
With that, I remove a success removes 1 wound, and a raise removes 2. So I remove. A wound.
I'll take it.
I look at you and go, "Listen, we got a lot on our plate, and for one, we got to worry about that bull. What happened? And now, hopefully, the boys back in town dealt with what they needed to. What would you reckon would be our next course of action? We still needed to let, no, I guess Buck and Caesar and Bill dealt with that before we left. With the getting everybody working on their curtain jobs with the beeves and everything. So I don't know, maybe I don't know. Warren, what do you think?
I think you're kind of glancing over how you just wiggled your fingers and now I stopped bleeding and my ribs don't hurt so bad. But we can just move past that, I guess.
It's nothing to think about. It's nothing.
Okay,
You've
nothing.
been healed magically before. It's no big deal.
I know, it blew his mind that time, too.
For flavor purposes, it was she did actually, wherever you were like gored by the bull, she didn't do how Bill did it, where he gently placed his hands upright and like did it like magically over like a massage and all that stuff. It's so beautiful. She literally like and like spit in her hands, did a rub real quick, and now she kind of like she just splats it where it happened. And she's just talking to you like nothing's going on. You get healed. It kind of hurts a little bit, like it's a burn. She takes her hands off and it's healed. She goes, "Yeah, what do you think that we should be doing next, Warren?"
I guess we're gonna just move past that. But Next, well, we're gonna have to deal with these this railroad. What is that? Iron Dragon. They're gonna be coming for the land. North Star boys, they're coming for the land. We need to find the landowner. We need to make sure these steers aren't getting infected into the rest of the herd. What if all the steers are looking like this one?
I slap you. Get a hold of yourself, Warren.
God damn it. I'm vulnerable right now.
Not anymore. Look,
Please
You're right.
heal me. Oh, you're.
Yeah.
Start
Look.
punching him.
I've never been hit by a woman.
I've never been touched by a woman.
You're right. We do have to worry about that. The snake that was on the outskirts of the ranch that was trampled, the bull outside of it currently now, this feels like it's an encroachment. Something's coming up on us while we're not expecting. So I think maybe we do need to take some of the ranch hands away from their current jobs right now. We need to have some kind of, how do you refer to it as? People who keep watch on the outside. Make sure nothing
Sentries.
gets- There you go. See, you got brains just like I do.
Not really the same, but yeah, go on.
We need to definitely have some kind of sentries involved. And we need to check up on Abby, see how she's doing. I don't know what we're going to do with her. Maybe she's conscious. We could probably have a talk with her if she is, but I don't know how that's going to go down. There's a lot going on, but maybe we take one thing at a time. So get some folk on sentry duty. Keep an eye out on anything that might end up just like that snake or that bull. Keep an eye out for those things. And then you and me go and see about if Abby's still awake or not. And do with what we will after the fact. What do you
Do you reckon these sick animals have something to do with that Tisagi feller?
I very much do reckon it has something to do with his punk ass.
That son of a bitch.
And
He's
we
gonna get what's coming to him.
and at that delightful end of that conversation, it pans in the sunrise. No, okay. So you guys, sounds like you're heading back to the ranch. Town, going to the tent city. Tent city. You see the described structure, the very large tent. No, nothing's really going on with it. The flaps on the tent are currently closed. You are muted, by the way, Caesar.
Our boy.
Cool, my mouse is stopping working slowly.
Hooray!
Yeah, I have my mute button bound to one of my side buttons, and I think I must have loosened it somehow.
Okay.
But, I was saying, yeah, it wasn't lying, that's a big tent. Buckskin, you want to go ahead? And we're... What?
Honestly, I might, well, yeah, I guess I can lead the way. I was going to say I defer to y'all, but...
Well, I don't want to be the first one in there in case some of my gang members might be relaxing or something.
Alright.
They might
Yes,
take the opportunity to jump me if they see me come in first.
Before I completely walk in, I just want to do a notice check to take an inventory of the surroundings outside, and as I walk
Is
in.
it noisy inside the tent?
No,
Hear
dead
anything?
silent. The environment is still as described before in the tent area. It's pretty quiet.
Okay. We going? We'll see what we can muster up here.
You go in. It's dark. There's nothing, no real light source right now. You see chairs flipped over on top of the tables. Nobody's here.
We have dark vision.
300 feet.
I know it's early for, the saloon to be bustling. Can I just holler out and go, Ranger, anybody home?
Yeah, you hear a stir in the back. It sounds like a loud thud. Oh, damn it! I'm back. I'm coming. See, from the very far end, behind like just the flap dividing a concealed space, kind of a fatter guy walk out, long hair behind and a ponytail. Walks up to you, Asian man. Ranger? What do you want?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm Ranger William Madsen. You can call me Buckskin.
Walks up to you. He's kind of he takes a rag out and kind of rubs his hands on it and extends his hand. Hugh Shahan.
Hugh Shahan. I don't know how to spell that.
Oh, I'll put it in chat.
I just
Buckskin
guessed.
pulls out a notepad and writes it down.
yes. I got my clipboard out. I'm like, yes, Hugh Shahan, you say.
Hugh Shahan. Have you slapped any women lately?
Very, very strong.
You abused anybody with your fists?
What can I do for you, Ranger? We're not open quite yet.
Oh, so even if I wanted to get a drink, I couldn't get one?
I suppose. You there, young man, would you open the flap and tie it on the side there? You addressing Caesar.
Yeah, sure, why not? I do as he said.
And you let more light in and kind of waddles behind. What's essentially 3 barrels with a door over the top of it, and behind there is stacked open crates where you can see hay, and then stuffed on the hay, bottles of liquors, a lot of them without labels. You sell whiskey? I think I have some. I think I have some whiskey.
By the way,
I appreciate it. I didn't mean to. Didn't mean to wake you up from your nap there, Mr. Hahn.
Oh, it's okay. I had to get up soon and get the pot ready. What were you saying, Caesar?
Is Bill in here with us?
He's like standing in the doorway. Yeah.
Still covering your face with the hat, or?
Just facing. He's got his back to the man. He's looking outside of the tent. He can easily turn around if you need him to.
Out of character, but when we were talking when Caesar, you were talking to the other guy in the Rufus in the watering hole, he sent us over here because the thought was they might know something about Milton.
Yeah, it's the only other drinking place here. So, he said Milton didn't come over there often, so maybe he went here, or maybe they just heard something here rather than in the bar. And I mean, I kind of want to ask about Bill's doppelganger here as well.
Right. I'm strictly just going to ask about Milton.
You hear him kind of rustling through a bunch of bottles and stuff like that. No, I'm afraid I don't have any whiskey. I try to have a diverse stock here that feels a little bit more at home for the Iron Dragon folks. If you like whiskey, maybe you'll like, I have a drink from Korea. It's called soju. Very strong.
Oh. I'll be happy to try it.
Strong is an understatement.
He says, "Of course."
Drink it by the shot.
He pours
a shot. Is that how?
Yeah, he pours shots and he pours a shot for himself on the house. On the house for a ranger. That is.
I leave $1. I leave $1 out anyways, just for the tip.
Oh, he coughs as he's like drinking. Oh, well, thank you, Ranger. Very generous of you.
Yeah, I drink it all up immediately, and then I just kind of look at him. I'm like, I was talking over to, I don't know if you have much interaction with the rest of the townsfolk here, but I was talking at the another saloon, and we're looking, been kind of searching for the land officer. We recently actually have some property up north, and actually had a quick discussion with someone from the Iron Dragons group, Mr. Lee Zen, and just trying to square away perhaps some business about building out the railway through the properties up north here.
I'm sorry, Buxton, you're kind of breaking up a little bit.
Oh, am I? I'm sorry.
Lee Zen, yes, he's the rail boss for the Iron Dragon.
Yeah, we were trying to iron out some agreements here. I was hoping to catch him, but I understand that he's not in town.
Yes, no, he's always working. He comes to town sometimes to oversee provisions, I believe, but I think he stays in a rail cart, actually, up where the rail construction takes place. He doesn't normally come down here to where the station is being built, unless he has to.
Okay. Now, we were also sent over here just some kind of searching for Mr. Milton Fisher, the land officer. I don't know if you've had any interaction with him at all.
Oh, no, I don't think I know a Milton Fisher. I haven't met everyone in town. I mostly cater to the workers. But I know I know when one of the normal townsfolk come in here, I recognize them immediately, and I would have remembered Milton Fisher for sure.
I appreciate that.
If it's no bother, I do have one more thing. I pull out the wanted poster. I'm assuming I haven't given it back to Bill yet, and I slide it over. Did this man come in here the other day or the day before that, per chance?
Oh. No, I have not seen him.
Can I roll something to see if he's hiding something there? Because the way he said that
Made you feel indifferent?
Notice?
would have been, yeah. I'm gonna spend one of my chips on that one. Okay. 4.
He seems like he's hiding something.
Now, I know the way things are around here pretty hectic. You might not remember every Asian man that comes in and all that, but I've heard, and I slide out like a $2, and I'm like, I've heard money can can help with memory problems.
Yes, it can.
He looks at the money, looks at the wonder poster, looks at the money. That man, he taps, is Japanese. No amount of money can buy that. Sorry.
What did that mean?
You've got something against Japanese people? Caesar moves, very clearly showing that he has a katana on his side to, like, hint, I'm Japanese, you fuck.
No. I don't mean it that way. It's very unusual that the Japanese are involved in Iron Dragon business. And the fact that they were called down by gang is very unusual, and unusual enough that I would like to keep my head.
Lee did mention the Japanese were called in when he visited us. I'm assuming he probably knows more about it than he's letting on. Or would he be just as much in the dark as the rest of you?
He slides the money back to you. I don't know.
Keep the $2.
That thing disappears quicker than you've ever seen.
Oh,
Well, At least we got more information than we came in here with. So is that soju any good? I've never had any Korean stuff.
Govin, I'm assuming you as a person probably haven't had soju, but it tastes kind of like a mild Everclear. So
Delicious.
that's what Buckskin drinks.
You must be drinking some different soju than I was, because that shit hits like a truck.
Yeah, so does Everclear. Yeah, Everclear is the most alcoholic shit you can possibly.
Specifically said mild. I would say that shit is not mild.
It's more mild than Everclear. I don't think I've had anything as hard as Everclear.
This shit will just clean you out.
Yeah, you're not supposed to drink that shit. You just can.
That's a good way to describe it.
You just think of the Roger Krieger Everclear song.
But yeah, it's like a clear liquor, and it's strong, and yeah, Buckskin might like it.
No, the way I usually describe this was sake if it was on steroids.
That too.
Sake, extra distilled, so it's not sweetheart. Well, it is a little sweet. Anyway, moving on.
I guess we make our way out of there.
Come back tonight, Mr. Ranger. Play some Mojang. You'll win.
You might see me again. We'll see.
What is that? What did I say? Mojang? Mahjong.
Mahjong.
Yeah, the creators of Minecraft. Let's go.
Oh my
Mr.
god.
Mojangles.
No.
Anyway, what are you? The day is the sun is dropping. Day is waning. What are the rest of you in town doing?
Man, we've been fucking around in town for a long time, apparently.
It's been a day. I wasn't planning to be here this long.
You got here in the afternoon. It's a long ride.
We got here at noon, I thought. It was like
Afternoon. Just afternoon.
After we leave the tent, I'm going to say to Bill, well, looks like your doppelganger here was brought in along with, well, at the same time as my gang by the Iron Dragon boss.
Very curious.
Kong was his name?
Kang.
Okay.
Kang is the Iron Dragon head honcho, leader of the Iron Dragon. Big boss. Except he's got both eyes.
Boss.
God damn it, I was about.
If only one of us was a detective. So many mysteries.
I'm trying to detect. I feel like we got... Sorry, Caesar, go ahead.
I think we've got everything we can get here in town, unless... No, we should ride back to the ranch. Hopefully Lee comes by tomorrow, and maybe we can set up some... Maybe we can set up here in town for a few days to watch for your doppelganger. He clearly has something to do with Milton's disappearance.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Probably gotta get back anyways, too. Just, you know, Warren and Gale aren't exactly the hardiest individuals.
They're both just riding, screaming.
I don't know if you saw it, but I saw him almost pass out one time when he got a paper cut.
Yeah, there's he needs to probably be out here for a bit longer to toughen up a bit.
He sleeps with his flamethrower cradled into his hands. It's weird.
It'd be a bit weird, but
I wouldn't be surprised if literally BRINEY wanted to make that a part of Warren. You did name it pretty quick.
What's that? The flamethrower?
That Warren sleeps with it.
Oh yeah, that's a yes and moment. I mean, you can't have somebody running off with the flamethrower, and plus,
It's important to him.
priceless.
just cut it up to your flamethrower.
If it's a cold night, you can just leave it running beside you.
All right, exactly.
The pilot light's lit all the time.
All right, so are you guys going to check anyone else out or head back to the ranch?
Buck's just gonna look to Caesar and Bill and say, "You guys good to go? We think we should check anything else out." Didn't really get too much from Hans.
You are. I would say it's like around 4 by now. So the ride takes a bit. So you're skirting to be You're skirting to be late for supper. Well, you're already late for supper. Late for dinner.
Yeah, let's get back.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's inform the rest of what we learned.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
All right. You guys head back to town, or head back to the ranch. Warren and Gale, you guys would have beat them before sundown. What do you guys do when you get back to camp?
Check on Abby for sure first. I think, at least for me.
Abby's condition is unchanged. She looks dehydrated, but still unconscious.
Almost begrudgingly, I think I attempt to try to feed her some water.
Okay.
Do so. I don't know.
She drowns in her sleep.
Fuck. Yeah, I try to like gently feed her some water. Tuck her
Warren
back.
secretly
Like,
put
you know,
Ghost
she's-
Rock in all of our water supplies.
It'll strengthen you up, clean you out.
I feel like all of my body is trying to strangle itself.
It's like concentrated Everclear.
What's that?
Don't worry about it. You only need a little bit. Go a long way.
It's that miracle metal known as lead.
Uranium.
I will before, since we're getting there actually before
Who's ain't it?
uranium.
Got him.
Before everybody else gets there, I look to Warren and I say, "Look, I know that all this shit seems very new. It's new to me too. But I think, seeing as how we may be the new proprietors, not may, are, well, if she wakes up, the proprietors of the ranch currently, maybe we do need to address the rest of the ranch hands right now, or I think it would be best if we at least gave them some kind of wording on what's been going down."
I mean, why? On the other hand, why do they need to know? Why stir up the pot? You know, there's already enough trouble going around. We don't need to add another layer onto it. You know, ignorance is bliss. Just let them boys keep working. We'll keep working on our side, doing the best we can.
That does make sense, actually.
Why don't you try wiggling your fingers and healing Abby up? I know she might be a werewolf or something, but
I don't know if my wiggling fingers could heal what's going on with her. Well, maybe I could. I'll try. Okay. Marshall, do I need to make a faith roll or anything to be like, would my healing, or, I mean, I do have a medicine bag or anything. Would any of that be capable of helping her?
You're doing a cold check if you're unsure.
Warren, why don't you tell me?
You can do untrained.
I'll do untrained. I am not trained in the occult. Oh.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness.
They can be healed by magical means, just like anybody else.
I mean, I think she worked like anyone else. She's got wounds and damage just like any one of us. Yeah, I think you could patch her up. But just give it a try. Unless you don't want to. I mean,
No, it's not that. I'll try.
What? Well, hold on. Actually, what? Maybe we should wait for the rest of them so we don't get into a whole heap of trouble. I mean, what if she wakes up and I don't know, runs away, turns into a werewolf? I don't know.
Well, we already blocked all the windows. If any moonlight got in here, it would be practically impossible.
All right, I'm just saying we already got ourselves in a little bit of a mess. We said don't need to make it worse. But go ahead, proceed.
I want to check to see if she's at least awake. If not, I'm going to attempt to heal.
She is not awake.
All right.
That's a success.
I do this practically the same shit almost while I'm not even paying attention. I'm talking to Warren. I go, I don't even know if I can. I don't know if I can. And I just place my hands on top of her while she's lying there. But I do get serious for a second. I go, Abby. And
So
I shout.
you do your thing. You do see the wounds begin closing up rapidly as you do this. Not quite all the way, but significantly better. The wounds that were there, they were shrinking, but they still they looked like they should have still been gushing blood or something. But now they look like normal healing up wounds. You kind of say, Abby. And you see her head tilt to one side, the other. You hear her whisper really low, Daddy. But she doesn't wake up.
Damn.
Well, that's more than what she was saying a minute ago.
I mean, that's a good point.
Well, I guess we still, just in case, keep her ever so slightly restrained. Still restrained, however she is.
You hear a knock at the door.
Yeah, come in.
Joao enters. He's holding a blanket. I thought maybe some clean blankets would be of use. Here you go.
Can I make, just in case, some kind of knowledge check on the blankets?
What?
No, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I immediately, my head went to fuck it.
Mine did too. I was like,
I thought
perception check.
I thought of fever blankets immediately.
What? You'll call my uncle.
I let him. I removed my jacket from her person and the old blankets, put the new ones on. Thank you, Joanne.
Yeah, I noticed that. I mean, not that I'm paying attention or watching you, but I did notice that only Bill Sutter was carried out, and I went in to see if maybe I don't know what was going on. I saw that she was in here. I didn't tell anyone. But what the fuck?
I don't think we even asked if you told anybody, but that's, I guess, besides the point. Yeah, she hadn't been feeling too good.
I imagine she was in pieces the other night.
She was.
She's a little cut up.
She was.
She's all. She's doing all right now.
I'm pretty sure I saw her kidney fall out.
We put it back. It grew back. It just went back in there.
Well, Warren put it back in, and I closed it up.
JWoww's like a surgeon over here. He can spot a kidney on site.
Kidneys, they clean themselves. You don't even have to wash them off. You just put them back in the body, and they.
You do a little spit shine to it, you step it back in.
Take the grass and the dirt off of it. It's fine.
I may be
You don't even have to do that.
I may be from Brazil, and English is not my first language, but I'm not an idiot. She should be dead.
I know what a kidney looks like.
Look, well, I don't know if from your own home country, but there are certain magical aspects spiritual aspects about this world that you may or may not understand. And
You're dumb.
you're a fucking dumbass. No.
Humor me. I've seen some pretty crazy shit the past year.
We've ran into corpses coming back to life. We've ran into zombies. We've ran into vampires, werewolves, creatures of the night.
Is that her? Or what is this? What is the point? Is she a vampire? Or what are you talking about?
No, what I'm saying is that just because you saw her kidney fall out the other night doesn't mean we couldn't put it back with some kind of. And she's doing good currently. She'll be all right. What are you doing here, other than offering a blanket?
He narrows his eyes. Just offering a blanket, I suppose.
Why are you narrowing your eyes at me?
I'm turning around now and slowly walking away.
You're not. Why are you slowly walking away after you just narrowed?
And and then I glance back at you with even more narrowed eyes.
I'm going to slowly walk towards you and ask you to come back in here and talk to me real quick.
It's too late. I closed the door.
God, why is Gil confrontational with literally everyone?
Check out your nostrils and narrowed your eyes.
We're gonna fast forward a little bit. It is right around supper time by now, about 6 p.m. The rest of the posse arrives at the camp.
I don't trust them blankets, Gale.
I hardly do as well.
Pox blankets.
That's what I thought.
Oh, really? Oh, damn. I was just making a terrible Wild West joke.
He offers. Who offers blankets around this time? That's
at a time like this.
Yeah.
In this time in American history, do people offer blankets?
Yeah. In my brain, I was like, no way. No way.
It may make sense. If you recall, he was a little flirtatious with you and Abby when he first met everybody. I
do recall that.
Might explain a little bit of his concern, just to recap.
Explain Caesar's disposition.
This is a question that could have been asked before we ever started this game. Is the weird, wild magic stuff just happening in America, or is that like worldwide?
It's everywhere. The only thing that happened specifically in America is the finding of Ghost Rock.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. That was the point of the question earlier that I asked.
Sorry, I don't listen to you.
Thank you.
It is still very only spoken about in jest or as bedtime night, like scary kids, stuff like that. It's what bumps in the night type situation. People choose not to believe it, although stories pop up here and there. They're not common.
You say what goes bump in the night is real.
Unlike your experience, all of you, for the past 9 months, which you just seem to be a fucking magnet for it. But none of you really, prior to this, have ever encountered much of this kind of thing.
I did, just to let it out there. Previously, whenever Gail did wake up from that nightmarish thing, she did say that a lot of the shit that we were doing felt magnetized towards that. Like it was drawing us towards where we are currently. And yeah, bad shit happens often, but to us, feels like it's drawing us towards something. Like happens definitely to us more often.
Does anyone do anything for the rest of the evening as you eat supper and everyone winds down?
I'd say we share all the information that we gathered in town to make role-playing easier so that, you know, BRINEY and Joey don't have to, partition what they know.
Warren and Gail just sitting there, just like, we got bested by a fucking fat cow.
Well, let me explain from the beginning.
You didn't defeat it? Wait, is it still out there?
It's out there still. We could.
Warren, did your back always curve that extremely?
No, is there something wrong?
No. It's fine.
You look like a fucking question mark.
I fell off my horse pretty hard.
Is your horse okay?
Horse is fine.
He's looking at you like this.
Mangle. Oh, he's sideways? Question mark. Not a. Oh shit. Okay. Well, no, I don't have any. I don't have any agenda for the evening.
We gave you the lowdown about what we saw, what happened. Weird snake, weird steer thing.
It could possibly be encroaching. That whatever was out there could potentially get into the ranch. Weird.
Well,
snake.
if that turned a steer into a carnivore, well, imagine what it would do to a wolf.
Which is why we need to
Double carnivore.
We need to put people.
Double carnivore.
That's a
it
good
sounds like
title.
I was thinking like a roller coaster ride.
The double carnivore.
Yeah.
It goes upside down 3 times.
For that very sake, we do need to probably put some people out on patrol more so than normal. Any kind of weird looking scenario, something that looks like it couldn't be normal, we need to keep an eye out.
I agree. We
Perhaps
should be on
guard.
watch.
Yeah, watch, not patrol.
We should probably deal with this cannibal giant steer that impaled me 4 hours ago.
Yeah, it sounds like a 5-person job.
I mean, you look all right. You seem to have held up pretty well from that.
I got kind of dusted up. My arm feels a little weird.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
You guys weren't up for that challenge rating.
So you have the option of those who could do watch based on their shifts, what they've been doing, of Samuel Coyote Cobb, Huff, Wesley Jenkins, Niall Mahoney, or Shaban Mahoney.
Oh, none of my guys are still alive, huh? Or still conscious?
It's Stumpy.
I just found this note over here. My latest 2.
Who are yours? I have all the dead ones still.
Oh, my note here says Nelson the Knife Rogers.
He's dead.
He's dead. Okay, and then Oliver Gravedigger Kent.
He's dead.
Note is dead. Yep.
Dude, Cowboy sounds like the guy to do it.
Cowboy.
Or who is the what you?
Samuel Coyote Cobb.
Coyote.
Maybe we have them running shifts of 2 just in case something happens. At least someone else can. I
will note, although Coyote is a pretty keen animal expert and very experienced, he is also a complete coward. You guys know this.
One of mine?
Well, as long as he refers,
He has a nickname, so probably.
Well, Stumpy has a bugle, so maybe he could just play that.
Stumpy worked the afternoon shift, so he needs to sleep. So it's only the ones I listed.
I mean,
the guy's got a whole work schedule over there.
How about the twins? They're Irish. They're loud.
Siobhan.
The Phoenix Twins.
He's gonna. Is that river dance their way into it?
All right, so we're gonna do Niall and Shaban.
The river dancing isn't Irish.
It's not, you fool.
I thought
What is it then?
Irish dancing and river dancing are 2 different things.
What is river dancing if not Irish?
I'm
Nationality would it be then?
Moving on. So everyone goes to sleep?
Yes.
All right.
I guess so. While Shaban and the other individual keep watch.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be happy to take watch for you.
River dancing is associated with the Irish, but originated in Scotland.
All right. I'm leading up to the cliffhanger. I'm good to keep going, but I'll tell you when our stopping point is. I'm just letting you know. For anyone who's tired, we're getting close to a stopping point if we want to be.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
You all go to sleep. Govin, you have a dream, bad dream. You've fallen into water. Something's dragging you down the water. You finally reach for what's pulling you, and it leads you up to your neck. You claw at your neck and find there's a rope around it, dragging you deep into the water. You start running out of breath. Your lungs tighten up and strain until finally, as you're so deep in the water that the light source above is finally beginning to fade, you try to gasp out and reach out as your lungs fill with water, and you hear a loud voice. Will! I'm sorry. Yeah, Will. Will! Will! And you wake up. You look over.
Recognize what that is.
You look over, and you see James crouched by where you're sleeping.
I just kind of burst up quickly, just sweat pouring down. Look around, try to figure out where the voice came from, which direction he's in.
He's standing right by. He's crouched right by where you're sleeping.
Okay. I'm like,
God damn, you're hard to wake up. Hey, something's going on over in Gail's tent.
oh, what do you mean?
1 sec.
1 sec. What the
And
hell are you
James-
doing over there, Gale?
James
I
disappears
don't
for
know.
a second.
James like, hold on a second, I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Hold on a second. I think God's calling me up real quick. I'll be right back.
Hold on.
Oh shit! I got a voicemail.
Dude, I'm afraid.
I had to come down, and God and I were having a poker match, but I saw
loud,
shit happening. So.
My brother's going to sleep in the room, so if I get loud, I gotta clog up the noise.
I was really hoping it was gonna be a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I really did.
Ouch. To put cloth underneath the doorway so I don't make a loud, like, gasp.
Sorry, my dog was begging to go outside. Something's going on over in Gail's tent. I think I saw somebody go in there.
See what they look like?
Looked like looked like one of them Native American fellers.
Is anyone else near me, like, that sleeps semi-close, that I could wake up and have assist, I guess?
Who sleeps near Buckskin?
Bill's the small spoon currently. No.
Not that close. Not that close.
Oh God, it's a repeat of yesterday.
Yeah,
Bill.
No. Sure.
We all
she'll
sleep
bleed.
in one bed, right? As a posse
Yeah. To protect ourselves.
with the flamethrower.
Not for any other reasons.
I guess I just try to see if I can wake Bill up.
Oh yeah.
Bill, we got...
What's up?
You see Buck, he's just covered in sweat, but I'm like... I told you about James, right? He woke me up from pretty horrible dream that I was having, but something's going on at Gail's tent, and he saw someone go in. Need to go
Let's
take a
go.
look.
Bill's in his long johns, but he grabs his pistol belt, which also has his knife. So long
I throw on my
johns.
duster really quickly.
Yeah.
Y'all shoot Gale.
You go over to Gail's tent, and sure enough, you do see a Native American man standing over her, the double barrel shotgun pointed at her face.
I point right at him.
He doesn't say anything, but kind of looks back at you. It has to be done. You don't
Do we
understand.
recognize this man?
No. It's too dark.
What?
You can see what look like to be like fetishes in the hair, but you can't really tell. It's too dark. It's the middle of the night.
What does that mean? Fetishes?
Beads, feathers, trinkets.
Okay.
Little pieces on all over.
Sure. Don't do this. Step back.
Gale, you wake up. You see a double barrel shotgun right in your face, but past that, you see your shaman.
I don't move. I look up at him, at Dakota. Almost in a confused look, but then kind of get a sense of what's happening. I don't lift my body up to be like, what's going on? I'm just lying there.
He kind of keeps like regripping the shotgun. You can tell there's a bit of agony in his eyes. He's not quite sure what to do. I have to do this, Gale. I'm sorry. I have to do this, Constance.
Bill has to pull his pistol on the guy, along with Buckskin, who already has his gun out, I guess.
Gale puts out a hand towards the rest of you. Like she literally says, wait.
I slowly start lowering my weapon, my pistol.
Yeah, Bill cocks the hammer on his pistol.
Complete opposite.
Don't make us shoot you, mister.
My life is
Take your gun off
inconsequential.
my friend. Take your gun off my friend.
I look.
Your life is inconsequential to me, and you better take your gun off my friend.
Hey, Gale does say out loud, his isn't to mine. And I look to Dakota and I say, I did heed your words. And I am trying. But there's still a chance. I know that there's a chance that I could get out of this situation and help and do right by you and everyone around us.
He kind of lowers the shotgun, exasperated like it's been weighing 100 pounds. God damn it, Gale. Couldn't you have called me a shithead or something, made it easier?
I can call you a shithead now.
He kind of he collapses and like sits on the ground.
I think Buck's gonna holler out at this point, like, someone mind explaining what's going on? I got told by my brother, my dead brother, something's going on here.
Bill uncocks the hammer of his pistol and lowers it, keeps it in hand. Comes over, grabs that guy's shotgun off the ground.
He does not let you. He points at you when you get close. If you go for it.
Oh, I thought you. I'm sorry. I thought you said you dropped it.
He drops his arms like it weighed 100 pounds.
He drops his arms, but doesn't drop the gun in his hands.
Right.
I see. Now I see.
Yeah. She looks at Dakota and the rest of y'all, Dakota specifically, and goes, "Look, I was trying to do right by you and myself. I do know that I am still a person a mere human at this point, and I'm trying to keep myself on solid ground. And she begrudgingly points at the people in the tent besides like Caesar, Bill,
Oh,
Warren.
I'm not there.
Oh, Buckskin, Bill.
It's just Buck and Bill.
Yeah, Buck and Bill. They've been keeping me grounded. Same as you. And whatever I can do to make this thing not happen, I'll do it. Just tell me what I can do. You left whenever we talked under that beautifully, weirdly communicative spiritual tree that we all hung out underneath.
He uncocks the hammer of the shotgun.
You left me without speaking the rest of your words. I had questions that I wanted answers to, and you left. And now you're sitting here pointing the shotgun at me.
Well, I'm here now, and I hope your friends are as good as you say. He looks up.
I hope you're good as you say.
He looks up and looks you really straight in the eyes. It is much worse than I thought.
Well, then let's talk. And she does the crisscross.
Applesauce.
Applesauce.
As this is happening, like the sun's just barely cresting over the horizon. And he kind of takes a posture to get comfortable too. And as he does that, as the usual familiar sound of frantic rushing horse approaches the camp. On top of the horse skids, and you see a bellow of dust come out. You, Govan, and Bill see this as you're standing outside where they're communing here.
It's Govan.
Buckskin. Buckskin.
Best friends.
This is me and you, buddy. I don't even need to play character. I just do what I want.
Damn it. You see Big Lucy on horseback. She looks at Buckskin and Bill. Logan and his men, they're attacking town. Y'all gotta come help.
Attacking town? What?
Oh, we were just there.
We'll fade to down. We'll fade to black on that.
Fade to 10.
Fade to down.
I'm noticing a pattern here with these endings of some.